Looks like we are streaming. We haven't started the show yet. Show's RPGrinders. I'm on with Eric. We're just talking a little bit about our weeks. I had an interesting week, Eric. I'll talk a little more about it on the show. But went to the concert and it was awesome. Talk a little bit about
Excuse
that.
me.
You're a piggy. But the show was cool. And I finally sold my house, so that chapter of my life is over. Thankfully. Like I said, the show's RPGrinders. We haven't started yet. We'll be starting here. If you're listening to this on archive, last week's show was flagged by YouTube and taken off because I forgot to transition over to my RPGrinder screen.
I figured this was the case.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like the Walmart video game ad pull downs. It was only for that store, apparently.
Yeah. Which is stupid. It's so fucking dumb.
Of course, it's in a state that has an open carry laws and with a Walmart that probably wants to pander to the gun purchasers, so they did this. Instead of, stop selling guns.
Yeah, that might be something a little more helpful, Walmart. Why don't you stop selling fucking guns? How about that? That might help a little bit. Semi-automatic fucking weapons should be banned. We'll get into it, Erica, because I'm gonna let loose on that subject during the show. I'm sure everybody's gonna be looking forward to that. But yeah, lots went on this week. We had mass shootings. We had, just a bunch of shit. But not to mention the deportations in Mississippi, which were heartbreaking. I don't know if you saw that, Eric, but there were kids. It was the first day of school. These kids go to school, and some of them come back, and their parents are gone. They're just fucking gone. And there was another story about a person that's been living here since he was 6 months old. Had a little bit of a criminal record. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he, had. It wasn't anything super major. It wasn't like murder or anything stupid like that. Just petty theft and stuff like that. But he gets deported to Iraq, which he's never been to. Doesn't know the language and died 2 weeks after he was deported because of the lack of insulin. He couldn't get insulin over there. So there's some big time issues here, Eric, and we'll get into it during the show. And if people aren't outraged, they should be. And it's sad. It's my heart was super heavy this week. I know I went to the concert, and that was definitely fantastic. But man, my heart weighed heavy this week for numerous reasons. And if you don't have the same type of feelings that I'm sure we're going to express on this show, then I think your humanity should be, you should take a big look in the mirror and question your humanity, because I don't think you have any if you're in disagreement. And I don't normally say that. Like, I like for people to have different opinions and, outlooks on things, but man, super fucking rough week, man. And we'll get into it. Show's RPGrinders. I'm on with Eric right now. We haven't started the show. If you're listening on archive, we're live every Friday, 7 Eastern. And if you want to be part of the show, you can tweet us at RPGrinders, hashtag DareBreakman, and Breakman will definitely break down everything you have to say, and we will discuss on the show. We do it every week. Been doing this.
Let's not forget ESPN pulling esports stuff.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I was quickly, thinking about that. I saw a quick story, but I don't know anything about that. So maybe we'll get into that as well. Like, video games are under fire for absolutely no fucking reason. We'll get into it, Eric. It's gonna be a jam-packed show. We got tons of news. We've got happenings all over the country. We've got, of course, Trump being an idiot of the highest order again. We're broken records when we talk about Trump on this show, but we'll get into it. I'm sure Breakman will have plenty to say too. We're just holding off on Breakman, waiting for Breakman to join. And we'll get this party started. It's for me personally, it's been a bittersweet week. Obviously, with all the shit going on, heart was pretty heavy, man. I ain't gonna lie. But there were some good things that happened to me too this week, so we'll get into that. I'll get into a funny story about Bernie at the concert. So everybody should have fun with that. Oh boy, it's a little doozy of a little tiny story I have in Heiscapades. So the return of Heiscapades this week, it should be fun. Homie discounts, I know Sony's got some stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So we've got plenty to talk about. I've got 3-4 reviews that I'll get through really quickly. I'm not going to add too much to your Pikachu review that you did, Eric, but I did get a chance to watch it, and I was pleasantly surprised. I actually really enjoyed that movie. So you guys will... have to stick around for that. Batman Hush.
What's Batman Hush?
It's a new DC animated movie about the villain Hush, and it was good. And I'll talk about that later on. Knotfest 2019. I think this is the first concert review that we've ever had on RPGrinders, so this will be a first for RPGrinders. I'll do a review of Knotfest 2019, and I'm wondering, Eric, do you think people would be interested in the videos I took from? Because they're really good videos I took at the concert. I don't know. I have some really good videos.
Also, can I turn on my AC? It's kind of hot in here.
You can turn it on for a few minutes, Eric, but if it's too loud, then we'll have to.
Okay.
Yeah, turn it on for now. So yeah, lots of happening. If you're just tuning in, it's the show's RPGrinders. We have not started the show proper.
Is that okay?
I don't hear it too bad, so yeah, that's fine. For now, like I said, yeah, I hear it, Eric, but it's not super.
I can slightly close the door if you need me to.
Like I said, I mean, I don't think it's distractive enough, Eric. You're okay, man. You're fine. So it's going to be an interesting show. I know Breakman's going to have plenty to say this week, and I'll have plenty to say. Yeah, you might want to close your door a little bit. I just heard it a little loud right there, Eric. Let's see how it does. I can definitely hear it, but it's not terrible. It's not like the worst thing ever, so. But yeah, it should be a fun show today. At points somber, but at points jubilant. So it's just gonna be one of those up and down shows, Eric. I'm looking forward to it. And I saw Breakman just came on here. Let's see. Let me know when you're ready. Let me make sure that there's no Skype update for break to do. Okay, good. No, we're good on that. So yeah, Breakman is here. I just saw him go get online, so we should be able to have a good start to the show. You have anything interesting this week, Eric, or are you just gonna wait for the show?
Nah, I don't really have anything to say.
Yeah. I mean, lots of interesting things for sure. I need to turn down your volume a little bit, Eric, because it's I can hear that a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. During the show, you might want to turn it off, Eric, or whatever. We're good there. We're good there. Okay. All right, let's get Breakman into the fray here. Can you hear me okay, Eric?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's better, Eric. Hey, Breakman, you there?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right on, Break. How's your week, Break?
Long, tiring.
Yeah.
What day is it? Is the week over with yet?
Exactly, man. I was just telling Eric, we got plenty to talk about this week. I'm sure you're gonna bring up some stuff, and I'm sure you're just as pissed as I am, Breakman, as well as.
Hold on, I gotta go find out what's going on.
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm sure Eric, you're pretty pissed too about what happened this week too. So we'll get into it. It's gonna be interesting. Let me see if anybody's in chat. Slagar's in chat. What's up, Slagar? We haven't started yet. We're just about ready to. Should be a fun show, man. Saw Slipknot in concert. I don't know if you're a fan of Slipknot, Slagar, but they're pretty good. Bernie's in chat too, so cool. Let me know if you can hear me, Slagar or Bernie. Let me know if y'all can hear us. And we'll get this show started real soon. What a week, man. What a week. What else happened during this week? I had a very interesting week. Okay, cool. Bernie says she can hear us. It was awesome. Yes, it was, and I will be talking about it. First ever Slagar concert review on this show, so that should be fun. But we got some unfun stuff to talk about as well, some ugliness. But whatever. We'll get through it. we'll get through the day. Let me see. I gotta change some things here. Let's change it to time instead of so I can. Come on now. All right, there we go. All right. There we go. All right. Just waiting on Breakman. I think he'll be here soon, and we will start the show proper. I should have put that in my Sweet O2. Oh well, fuck it. Got too much shit. We got a jam-packed show for y'all today. It's gonna be a roller coaster, I feel, but it's gonna be a good and bad roller coaster, I think. But bear with us. We're just waiting on Breakman to join back in, and then we will get the show started. The show's RPGrinders. I'm joined by Eric RPG and soon Breakman, and we'll be discussing all of the shenanigans this week. Yeah, should be fun. Let's see. I got to do a couple things here. Okay, there we go. That sounds better. I didn't do a GDP last month. I'll be doing one this month at some point. So, Slagar, you're gonna want to stick around for one of those because should be a fun time. And we will do it. Break you back yet? I don't see Break back yet. So we'll just hang tight. I think his dogs went nuts over something. Maybe he's getting a package.
Why is our show's category Apex Legends?
I put that in Twitch because that seems to be like it seems to be the most popular. So I just threw that in there. It's no big deal. I mean, there's nothing, no other. I mean, I could put it in any category, but the categories that seem to do the best are Apex and I saw.
Yeah, but once people get in here realize it's not that. What do you
it's a game. It's a gaming platform. Who cares, Eric? It doesn't matter. Like we've actually reached some people on the Apex channel, so we've actually gotten a few more people to join in via the Apex. So they obviously enjoy what we're doing. So just waiting on Break, and then we will get the show started. I'm excited. Should be a good show. Like I said, lots to talk about.
Also, you're showing it offline right now.
Showing offline?
Yeah. Hold on, let me reset. I don't know why I did that.
Try refreshing, man, because it looks good at my end here.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it looks good at my end. So yeah, we're just waiting on Break, and then we'll get started here. Blah. I got 4 reviews. Some good, not so good. This week I actually have a Heiscapade this week, so that should be fun. That's a quick anecdote about the concert Bernie and I attended. So yeah, good stuff. Plenty of news, so we're good there. Yeah, you're. Oh wow, Slagar, what are you grilling, man? Because you already got me thinking that I want to go get a steak or something. after the show. Damn charcoal to light. Charcoal's hard to light, but once it gets going, it's good stuff, man. I love grilling with charcoal for sure. What you cooking, Slagar? You cooking some steaks, some chicken? What you doing? What you doing on that grill? Because I want some. I want some. I want some grill. Damn it. Breakman, can you hear us? You're still on mute, man. If you're there. Yeah, Breakman's still got some shit going on, so we'll just hang tight. It's no big deal. We'll run through the news and get. Maybe I should grill. It's a possibility. We'll see after the show, Bernie. But I don't have charcoal like Slagar, so I'm kind of jealous. I guess I could buy some charcoal and do it. We have a charcoal grill. Might be a little too late for that. We might just go out and eat someplace. Have somebody else take the burden of grilling. Slagar's got some charcoal going on. Like I said, Slagar, what are you grilling, man? You grilling something?
You use propane or natural gas?
I use propane. I prefer charcoal. It kind of gives this kind of a charcoal flavor to the meat that you put on there. But I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world for you. But I kind of like it, man. It's good stuff. But propane grills up good stuff too. So, it is what it is. The only thing about grilling, Bernie, tonight is I'd have to walk to Walmart. Walmart doesn't have the best selection of meat, and it's a little expensive at Walmart.
Do you want to pay Walmart considering the bullshit they're doing right now, though?
Yeah, that's the thing too. I understand, but I can't not shop at Walmart, Eric. They're the cheapest thing in town. You can't.
And in some places, they're the only thing in town.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm very limited. Now, to get groceries and stuff, I have to walk to...
or if you want something
Walmart.
Specific and it's only at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. The cheapness of everything at Walmart makes it super compelling to go there. That's just the way that it is. I don't know. If you're just joining, we haven't started the show proper yet. Just waiting on Breakman. He's had some doggy issues apparently, but
Hope it's not sick or something.
No, it was just barking. I think there was just some commotion. Maybe he had a visitor or something. So we'll find out soon here. But we usually start the show 7 Eastern time on Twitch, YouTube. You can also catch our pod on all the platforms, iTunes, Podbean, etc., etc. So yeah, it's just waiting on Break. I think we got Break back. Break, we have you back?
Sure.
Yay! You all right, man? The dogs?
Yeah.
Dogs okay?
Yeah. It's just somebody came here.
All right. That's what I figured. I figured you got a visitor, man. It's all good. All right. Did somebody
yelling at the dog?
Oh.
No. Cat. Yelling at an animal. Some animal's getting yelled at.
How many animals do you have in there?
4.
Yeah. 2 dogs and 2 cats?
1 dog, 3 cats.
Oh, 1 dog. See, there's the problem, man. You need to even it out a little bit. Get a couple more dogs, and then you'll be good to go. Then it'll be like gang members, like the dogs versus the cats,
Oh, God.
Grips and blows.
My house is suddenly a prison. I've heard how it is in there. If you're white, you're pretty much join the white supremacist group.
Oh boy!
How about it make it more like River City Ransom, where the cats and dogs are trying to take either one was trying to take control over the entire city or town or house or whatever.
There was a movie like that.
Yeah.
Cats were trying to take over and dogs were trying to stop them.
It's a stupid kid.
Oh, I did see that. I saw that. There's another interesting movie on Shudder that I want to watch that's subtitled. It's a foreign movie, but it's about a dog that kind of becomes the leader of all dogs, and the dogs try to take over the planet. Man, it's interesting.
So it's Planet of the Dogs, basically.
Yep, Planet of the Dogs. Exactly, man. Exactly. All right, you guys ready to go? I'm ready to go.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. If I can get this over here. Okay, here we go. welcome everybody to episode 552 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you? Always with the
I made it through the week.
Yeah, that sounds like you too, right, Breakman? Made it through the week, barely?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Am I here?
Yeah, you are here, so you obviously made it.
I'm not sure if I'm dreaming or not, though. This could be just like a fever dream.
It's been a weird week, for sure, especially for me, Breakman. I've had lots of highs and lots of lows this week, so...
I bet you've had a lot of highs.
You're goddamn right I had a lot of highs, man. Actually, I had to stay sober because today I closed on my house, which I'll be talking about later, but... anyways, let's... why don't we get started with news? We can get done. We can just basically do headlines. Most of them are just dated stuff anyways, and then get on to bigger and better stuff because we got plenty to talk about on the show today. I know Breakman and I are probably going to have a conniption fit during Stinkos, I bet. But, why don't we get into it? Here is the news. RPG News. All right, Eric, take us into the news.
Okay, from RPG site, we've got the tactical roguelike RPG, The Last Spell, announced for PC, set to release in 2020. Says, what if Final Fantasy Tactics and Dynasty Warriors had an illegitimate daughter? That's how French indie studio CCCP announces The Last Spell, tactical roguelike RPG with base building elements. It's set to release for PC in 2020 with Nintendo Switch version planned down the line. And there's a link for the Steam page, and then the official website. And so the key features are turn-based strategy where you slay hundreds of enemies every fight. Imagine Final Fantasy Tactics meets Dynasty Warriors. Protect and rebuild the last haven of Earth. Erect makeshift walls. Lay vivacious.
Vivacious?
Yeah. Vivacious, all right. No. Got my attention.
Yeah.
False sense of security traps, I guess. Yeah. But forge new weapons for heroes and fast-paced and arcade feel during battles. Glorious mix of pixel art and dark fantasy setting. And roguelite. Collect magic essence and achieve incredible feats to unlock bonuses for your next runs. Classless level up system. So basically, it's stat-based.
Yeah.
And procedurally generated characters, items, and enemy waves make every run unique and more. So technically Dark Souls has classes, but that just determines what your starting equipment or spells are.
Yeah.
The standing animation in this just up and down, head bopping animation. Let's make someone dance. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's got an old school kind of feel.
It's got they're breathing way too heavy or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like they're hunkering down, kind of breathing like they just ran a mile or something. Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. It looks funny, but I mean, it looks all right, man. I mean, for a tactical
maybe they're just really hungry for burger.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I'm so hungry. I'm gonna. Well, yeah, I don't know why I'm doing it motioning. Yeah, never mind.
Let's move on, Breakman. What you got next?
Coming to us live from RPG site, adaptive cyberpunk RPG game deck announced for PC, set for release in 2020. Yeah. Let me see here. About the game. Game deck is an adaptive cyberpunk RPG. As a private detective, it's your job to solve crimes inside virtual worlds. What decisions would you make? What decisions will you make in a world where child slavery is a F2P game? Free-to-play game, I guess. Where murder over a game clan dispute is an everyday reality? Who will you become in a... 22nd century? 22nd century. I'm sorry, I just turned off. I think I'm in a dream world. I think I'm asleep right now and everything. I'm just imagining.
I think
this is real. So.
Yeah, this is real, Breakman, but it seems surreal to me because of what we're dealing with nowadays. This is super relevant now. It's not too far off to have child slavery in this country, man. I mean, we're already putting kids in cages, so what else is next, man? What else is next? But it seems kind of dystopian in that manner. But I don't know. They didn't really show any gameplay, so I'm curious. Anything else on this break?
I mean, there is more stuff I could read, but it's coming out in 2020. I mean, I think we
Yeah.
should wait.
All right. Let's wait till we get more information.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next story. Come to us from RPG site. Indivisible release date set for October 8th. PS4, Xbox One, PC, October 11th for Europe. So it's an RPG hybrid, platformer RPG hybrid. Those hardly ever work, do they?
Switch version's coming later, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It says later. Pre-orders will receive the Follow Me Rotai bonus, where Ajna's pet Taper, say that 10 times fast, will accompany...
What in the who?
Yeah, exactly.
Anja.
Ajna. Pet Taper will accompany the party on their adventure, while pre-orders on Steam will unlock a handful of palette swaps based on Valve titles like Half-Life and Portal. A companion cube will also await...
So you can put the Gordon Freeman goatee on her?
No, I'm fairly sure there's a Gordon Freeman character, though.
Oh my god, that would be so funny, man. Gordon Freeman's goatee and like outfit,
and she's not allowed to say anything from that point on. Like,
yeah,
completely silent.
Anytime she has
Why
that
aren't you
outfit,
speaking?
yeah, exactly. Anytime,
say something.
Yeah, anytime she has that outfit, she's completely mute. You're not allowed. Like, you could see her trying to mouth something and nothing comes out. Man, that'd be so funny if they did that. Man, that'd be funny. It looks good. It looks like it says, like a half RPG, half
I
platform.
played the alpha and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it looks okay. It was
kind of rough, but like that's what an alpha is.
Yeah, for sure. So coming soon, man. That's cool. October 8th, it looks like. So looking forward to that. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
Okay, we've got Mary Skelter 2 as a date.
Finally.
And yeah, it's coming to the eShop on October 22nd. And let's see, North America and Europe on the 23rd. So it's the day before the Europe gets it. They released the original Mary Skelter released back in 2017, which I still need to write a review for. But
oh shit!
I might just hold off. So because this game apparently has that first game bundled with it, and they've improved on it, so I'd be able to talk about both versions.
There you go. That'd be nice.
But and it was ported later to the PC via Ghostlight, which Ghostlight conversions usually aren't great, but it's there. Let's see. It also includes, like I said, the original game, but with revamped systems and balances. But hopefully it's even better constructed than the revisions they did.
Yeah. We talked about this game before, but we didn't have a date. I'm glad we finally got to date this. So there you go. If you were waiting for Mary Skelter 2 to release, there's the date. So good on you. All right, break.
I wish companies would give more of a heads up than just a couple months.
I know.
Anyway, I'm coming to this live from RPG site. Roguelike RPG, Children of Morta, to launch for PC on September 3rd. Children of Morta is described as a story-driven roguelike RPG featuring pixel art, a narrative centered on familiar ties, hack-and-slash gameplay, and 6 different playable characters. It's been in development for 7 years, or it says several years. I've had 7. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm looking at the trailer. I didn't get a chance to look at the trailer before the game. Been completely busy this week, but it looks good, man. I dig pixel art like this. It's very expressive. It's hard. It's really hard to express a lot with pixels, but games like this really do it. I know Dead Cells was another one, and there were a couple others that are coming out that look really good like this. So something to look forward to. Anything else on this break?
But I like the animation of it. It's got this kind of old-style cartoon animation.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way of explaining it, Break, for sure. It does look like that. But it's very That's what I was trying to articulate. It's very expressive.
What are those, like the old, the Lord of the Rings cartoon?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but in small pixel form.
Yeah.
That's very good, Break, man. Very, very good. Very good apt description of what this game looks like. I mean, It looks good. I'd be down to play that. I wish it would come out.
I tried to.
Yeah, Yeah, for sure. All right, let's move on to...
Old people like it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to the next story from RPG site. Tactical RPG Dark Envoy to release on PlayStation, Xbox One, and PC late 2020. Event Horizon has announced Dark Envoy, a tactical... it was inspired by XCOM, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, set to release on all the systems late 2020. There's a trailer, a little bit about the game. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. What do you see when you look in the mirror, Kiros? Oh, God, I hate when they do that. Okay, Dark Envoy is a linear RPG inspired by the likes of the Divinity series. I just fucking said this. Continuation of Event Horizon's attempt, which began with the studio's debut, Tower of Time, to shatter long-standing RPG tropes and to create something unique in the process. Explore the world using your skyship. It's your base of operations. Hunt for mythical locations and procedurally generated dungeons with optional tactical objectives. Choose wisely where to travel, however, as the world map adjusts with the passing of in-game time. Ooh, that's interesting. Locations will randomly respawn, becoming progressively more challenging to travel for you and your party. And then it's got this little bit about the story there. Interesting. What do you think, Break? Down?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess.
What about you, Eric?
I'll need to see more, I guess.
Yeah, not a lot of info. A little bit about the story, but there's. Let me read some features.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise
I'm sorry,
me.
I'm tweeting. I just don't know.
I'm glad you admit it, man. Tweeting is more important than RPGrinders. I understand. Non-linear RPG with turn-based combat accompanied by real-time pre-combat phase where tactics and party power are equally important. Player choices impact the world. It can be destroyed or saved, and the stories that unfold will lead to multiple endings reflecting the characters' personalities and decisions. Co-written by Michael Chatfield, an Amazon top 100 science fiction fantasy writer specializing in lit RPG genre, whatever that is. 15 unique character classes to discover with the ability to mix skill trees, including some rare classes which can only be found in remote locations or through chained quests. New RPG system promoting experimentation and requiring frequent adaptation to the new challenges, can be played solo, 2-player co-op, as well as a unique mode called Player vs. World, where Player 2 acts as the final boss seeking to destroy Player 1 before he/she becomes too powerful. Oh, that's kind of a unique concept. I like that. High replayability factor due to large pool of quests, local and world events. One cannot uncover all of the content in a single playthrough. That's kind of an interesting concept. I dig it. So there you go. Dark Envoy, late 2020. All right, Eric.
I was wondering what my phone went off for. I was tweet about the show, but we've got a RPG called Decay of Logos. Launches later this month for consoles and PC. Rising Star Games has announced adventure RPG. Action adventure RPG. Decay of Logos will launch for PlayStation 4 on August 27th, Nintendo Switch on August 29th, and Xbox One PC on August 30th. And it's developed by independent Portuguese studio Amplify Creations, who has stated the game has been influenced by Nordic folklore, and also draws inspiration from a variety of places, including J.R.R. Tolkien's Dark Souls, Legend of Zelda, Princess Mononoke, and Shadow of the Colossus.
That's kind of a weird mix. A Portuguese developer that's doing a kind of a Norse type game. That's interesting. I don't know, man. What do you? I mean, how many Portuguese developers are there? I haven't heard of very many.
A lot.
Well, more than there are Norwegian, because you'd expect to see more of them. But,
really? Wow. Well, that's surprising to me. I was oblivious.
I was
to
being
that.
sarcastic.
Yeah, so I thought you were being serious.
I played a Norwegian developed game and it was not that good.
Yeah. So Decay of Logos is something to look forward to. The art style is really good. From the gameplay of the trailer looks kind of fantastic. Welcome on in, Commander.
Well, Scandinavian, but
yeah,
same area basically.
Welcome, Commander Root and Electrical
Dude,
Longboard.
you might have just insulted them. You don't know the culture around there. You should probably beg for forgiveness now. Just in case.
It's It's like when Nixon went to Australia.
Actually, I can't quite remember. It was one of those two.
Oh, and he did. Oh,
and the game was so bad, I wanted to purge it from my mind. That's why.
There you go. It's like when Nixon went to Australia and he was given like his like peace signs. That's like "fu" in Australian. You know. Commander Roots in chat and Electric Longboard. Welcome on in. Fellas or ladies, I don't know. I'm assuming you're guys. So there you go. All right. Let's see. Breakman did that. No,
I'm gonna assume they're women. Actually, I didn't. I'll do this one. Okay. Coming to us live from RPG site. Grandia HD Collection releases for Nintendo Switch on August 16th.
Yes, 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 and yes.
That's next Friday.
Yes. Sorry.
Classic RPGs have been updated to bring enhanced visuals, handheld support on Nintendo Switch, and gamepad and keyboard support on Steam. Players will be getting their hands on 2 games that change the landscape of RPGs forever for the first time in beautiful HD graphics.
Yeah.
Is it feature? So Grandia 1 is releasing by itself on the PC while the bundle is on the Switch.
Yeah. All right.
Well, features real-time turn-based action, experience and employ a unique action bar system for real-time fighting with distinct characters. Magic-based combat, gather mana eggs to learn and use magic-based skills, ranging from elemental attacks to character-enhanced magic for defense and offensive statistical boosts. I thought we were going to talk about the updates. I'm skipping. Let's learn the updates. Let me see here. Grandia features enhanced details to UI, sprites, and texture art.
Okay.
Original cinematic videos receive visual enhancements. Widescreen support and customizable resolutions, only for PC. Steam cards and achievements, obviously only for PC. Audio, Japanese and English. Language support, original English and Japanese plus French.
It's kind of a shame that they didn't work into an in-game achievement system for the Switch release, but whatever.
And keyboard and gamepad support, and it's remappable because duh.
Yeah, because yeah, exactly.
Grandia 2 enhanced details, UI, sprites, and texture art. Original cinematic videos receive visual enhancements. Wait, this is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
They just don't have the keyboard support.
Yeah.
And because this is only what's on the Switch.
Yeah. I'm excited. Grandia
and the Grandia 2 was already released for the PC.
Do you think?
But I guess they're doing an update for new resolutions and stuff.
Eric, do you think Grandia should be in the pantheon of RPGs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think that too. So, all right, Eric, next story. This is interesting.
I don't know if I've ever played Grandia or not.
Yeah, wasn't it a Dreamcast and PlayStation game? I think Grandia 2 was Dreamcast and
Grandia 2 is Dreamcast. Then they ported it to the PS2, which is terrible.
Yeah, the PS2 version sucked.
I don't know if I've ever played it or not. Because I played a lot of the PlayStation era RPGs, a lot of them. I just don't remember if I played this one or not.
It had an original PC release like sometime after the Dreamcast version, but before the PS2 version, or maybe it was after. I can't remember.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
I'd have to watch gameplay. It maybe jog my memory or not.
Yeah. Eric, you're up.
And then I got a Steam release like at least 4 years ago, I think. No, 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember when it came out. But next article is hold on. I gotta close this other one. We got from Silicon Era, Sekiro's total shipments to date has reached 3.8 million.
I thought the latest numbers was actually 4 million.
No.
I saw a story. I think it was RPG site or.
You're thinking of some other game then.
No.
Again, this could be outdated. But it was posted today, so maybe that info was slightly wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe Frank can't read is what you're saying.
How dare you? I know I saw a story about Sekiro.
Well, he's getting old.
How dare you both? I'm walking off the show.
How long has it been since you've been to see your eye doctor, Frank?
You son of a bitch.
I still need to make an appointment for mine, but I was kind of waiting until I got paid to do that.
You sons of bitches. I hate
so
you.
I don't know when they'll be able to get me in.
Walking off this show. Walking off. No, I'm pretty sure I saw that it was up to 4 million, Eric. I'll have to look later. But for now, 3.8 million, not too bad for Sekiro. I think that's the biggest in the.
Well, this is probably a safer estimate, though. So.
Yeah, it's probably safer. I'm guessing that this is the highest in the Souls type series, right? I don't think even Bloodborne shipped that.
Well,
much.
I don't know. I mean, not lifetime sales, but definitely within the first 6 months.
Yeah, the first 6 months for sure, Sekiro's killing it. So I'm really happy because From Software is really good. I'm
It
never.
hasn't even been 6 months because the game came out in May.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or no, not May, like the end of March.
Sekiro
Sorry.
is harder than all of them, and it's not going to be a game that I really delve into. And I'll talk a little bit about Bloodborne later and how I want to fucking throw my controller. But yeah, I'm really happy to hear it because that means that they'll continue to do games, and that's always a good thing. So, all right, break. What do we got next?
Take that, you motherfucking controller.
Oh boy, man, you guys are gonna laugh when I talk about Bloodborne. I'm sure of it. But go ahead, break.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era. Final lineup for TurboGrafx 16 and Mini announced. I am excited to read this.
Yeah.
Konami has announced the final lineup for the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, PC Engine Mini, and PC Engine Core Graphics Mini. Jesus, that's a mouthful. Let me.
Well, there's a caveat here. They say 57 games, but some of those games are overlap with the Japanese releases and the U.S. releases.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. New titles. Let's see here. Dragon Spirit, the Genji and Heike clans, The Legend of Valkyrie, Galaga 88, Splatterhouse, Sirei Senshi Spriggan Mark II.
Mm-hmm.
Those are shmups, by the way.
Never heard of them.
They were based on an anime, I think.
It's scheduled to release on March 19th, 2020, and I don't have actually original list of games. I see the picture, but I don't want to maximize it. It sounds like work.
The PC Engine versions also get the same games, so they don't have any different games than we do. Because I remember the original press release. Like some games were not on there, and some games were. But that also concludes with there's even more titles. You can read those, break.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
Yeah,
they're at the bottom here.
Oh, at the very bottom.
Here's the PC Engines Mini. So it's telling us the European and the US games, but they're the same.
Yeah, they're exactly the same on all of them. I think I'd look through.
No, well, we don't get Tengai Makio 2 though.
Oh, okay.
We also don't get the Splatterhouse 1.
What?
Yeah, we get it.
We get it.
A different version of Splatterhouse?
No, we get Splatterhouse.
No, there's a list on the bottom. It's saying there's it's Splatterhouse, but it says Splatterverse. I guess there's two different versions of it.
Oh shit!
No, we get one version, and PC Engine gets another.
No, Splatterhouse 1.
Splatterhouse. There's a little asterisk with a 1 next to it. I thought it meant 1 and 2. But I think that's just different versions of Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
I think it means that the PC Engine Mini isn't getting the Japanese version of the game for whatever reason. Because I guess there's no point when the US and the European versions are the exact same game, and the fact that the game has no Japanese text at all. So it's like,
yeah. Well,
I'll go with whatever you say.
So why put it? So why put it in a ROM dump of one game 2 times?
Yeah. I mean, it looks great.
It's never stopped companies before to try and charge more money.
I never played...
It's got this many games. Sons of
I know, motherfuckers. I never played the TurboGrafx, so this would be something cool for me.
I own TurboGrafx,
That's
and
cool.
I own one game for it.
One game, ooh. It was like what was it that I had that I owned one game? I think it was a Sega CD. I think I had one game for it and stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's on the list, and it sucked. But I need a better game. I need a better game for my TurboGrafx, because it's Keith Courage and something or other. God, it's a shitstorm of a game.
Yeah.
I don't think Splatterhouse 2 or 3 are on the Sega
No,
Genesis
it doesn't look
Mini.
like it.
Yeah. All right, who read that story?
Sega Genesis Mini? I don't know.
Yeah, because those were Genesis only games, but I don't think they're on them. So
Hey,
too bad. I guess.
That was Breakman, right? All right, Eric, you're up.
But let's see. Let me close this list. Kaleidoscope of Phantom Prison is the next game.
Phantasm.
From Ryukishi.
It's Phantasm.
A Phantasm Prison, which sounds like a Toho title, but has been announced for Ryukishi 07 for PS4, PC, PS Vita, and Switch this winter. And this is the next game from Higurashi When They Cry series.
Oh, it's
well, this is a different game from the Higurashi series, but this is the next thing he's working on aside from that, because there is going to be a new Higurashi game.
visual novel. Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's not much.
It looks like it's like a dark schoolgirls story where I'm guessing they're playing a card game that involves people dying when they play.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
But yeah. So that's all I really know.
Yeah.
Actually.
There's some pictures of the girls in the game, and that's about it. So
they all look Madoka aged. So if you're a fan of Magica Madoka, you probably will enjoy this.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to something that's kind of sad. I get to do the last story, which hardly ever happens. This comes to us from Silicon Era. DuckTales Remastered will be delisted from digital stores on August 8th. Wow. WayForward and Capcom's DuckTales...
that already happened since...
it's already. Yeah.
So if you didn't go to the store and buy it, you can't get it anymore.
Yeah, there was there was physical copies of this game. I didn't think there were physical.
Yeah,
copies.
You could buy 360, Wii U, and PS3 versions of the game.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And I think they sold some physical PC releases of the game, but I think like those were limited run compared to the other ones.
Wow, I'll have to search for that on the 360 because that's interesting. So while the game will remain available to those who already own it, players only have a short while longer to purchase the game first. Farewell price drop of 75% off, which we said is already gone. So if you didn't get it, you didn't get it, and you won't get it unless you find a physical copy of it.
Get to eBay and your mom and pop sell again stores or whatever.
Yeah, and of course the price is going to go through the roof for a physical copy as soon as this gets out.
So why is it being delisted?
That's an interesting.
Capcom did not want to renew the license.
Oh, they don't. I guess I should have.
And I guess
assumed money was the problem.
And I guess WayForward didn't either. So.
Yeah. All right. So that is the news. We do have some homie discounts. So let me go ahead and do this.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
The Sony summer sale is still going on, but the most notable game on there, and I'm wondering, I'm going to ask you guys. Sorry, I sneezed.
I've never heard of that game before.
I didn't know this game was on smartphones either. That's strange. I didn't remember that ever being announced, but oh well.
Homie discount this week. During the Sony summer PlayStation sale, they've had quite a few good sales, but I think this is actually a really good deal. I haven't played the game, but I think for $14.99 it might be worth picking up. But Vampire is $14.99. That didn't come out too long ago, so I'm wondering, should I pick that up for $14.99 or have you played it, Eric?
What? Which game?
Vampire.
I don't know what that game is. Don't talk about it to me again.
Oh, in other words, it sucked. So don't waste my $14.99. Eric. It wasn't Slagar. I think it was Dungeon said that it was mad, but 14. There's Dungeon. As I speak Dungeon's name, he's in there. Vampire's not bad for that price. So should I get it, Dungeon? I mean, for $14.99.
No, not even for that much.
Really?
Fuck that game.
Fuck that game. Okay, well then I'll just take your combat has issues, but the story's okay. He says.
If you can't do stealth in a vampire game, you fail. That's my rule.
I guess, man. But
because you think you'd be able to do stealth kills by biting their neck, but that only hurts them if you're not strong enough.
Ow, you bit me, you asshole! What the hell, man?
Yeah. I heard it was pretty easy, though, even on normal settings, so that might be the type of game that I
was trying to suck the blood, but my fangs, they're not sharp enough, so I just bite you. I nibble!
Dungeon said he turned into a murder machine once he leveled up enough, so yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like the combat feel. Then again, I played the Xbox One version on the Xbox One. It looks like crap. It plays like crap.
That sucks, man. Who needs stealth when you can just eat everyone? Yeah, that's true, Dungeon. I mean, you could become like the vampires from 30 Days of Night and just, whatever. Dungeon said he would have preferred stealth. You're a stealth person, Dungeon. I prefer just going in guns blazing. That's the way I play first-person shooters. If I can't go in...
That's how I prefer to.
Yeah, you just go in and shoot. Like what was it, Bulletstorm? That's all I fucking did, man.
Dude, Bulletstorm.
So good.
Fun game.
I would have have rather a vampire just been a movie.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't have to play through it.
Hey, Breakman, do we got anything?
No.
All right, so don't even
worry about it.
Don't even bother. Nobody's sending any questions.
I've tried, and I look, and I look, and I cry.
That's 2 weeks in a row you haven't had anything on your segment.
No, I'm
Breakman.
sad.
You're not promoting it enough, man. You need to promote yourself.
I'm sorry. I haven't. I apologize. It's my fault.
All right, let's move on to.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Breakman. Dungeon says, before you get that, Dungeon says, even though you're just supposed to shoot stuff, I love stealth. I even stealthed a lot of Wolfenstein. Yeah, I did too, actually, on Wolfenstein. I actually had a fun time stealthing on that game. All right, Breakman, what you been playing?
If I'm having trouble, like I might have to change my strategy up sometimes, like maybe change to a sniper or something like that. Or
yeah, Bernie says she forgot to send in a question, so maybe blame Bernie, Breakman. Blame Bernie.
No, it's fine. It's my fault.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you have to change up a little bit on games sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're having trouble playing one, you have one strategy, it's just failing you,
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, gotta do something else. Maybe I can snipe, maybe I can sneak, maybe I can just blow their faces off.
Yeah, maybe I can just avoid the situation entirely, it's like go around.
I'll run away. What do you mean I can't go this way?
Glitch the game, go through invisible walls, whatever it takes,
Speaking of glitching games, that actually reminds me of a funny incident while I was playing Castlevania Legacy.
Yeah.
I'm playing the original Castlevania, and one of the last levels, it like crashed on me like an old NES game.
Oh shit!
Yeah, play the Japanese version because the US release is unfortunately based on Revision 0, which has that bug.
Ooh,
I thought it was funny. Like, it didn't crash my Xbox; it just crashed the game. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is a Nintendo game! Holy shit!
That's funny. What else you been playing?
Yeah,
Break?
if you do something specific when you fight death, it'll crash.
Yeah.
Actually, it was on that stage, but it wasn't while fighting him. It was while getting to him.
Ooh.
Which is just I hate that part of the game. Like, it's fucking. You're walking down the hallway and you got the axe throwing knights, and while they're throwing axes at you, fucking Medusa keeps bobbing her ugly head.
So what you do? Load your save state and then just beat the level.
Oh yeah, basically.
You to make yourself feel better, Breakman, just watch.
I recorded the glitch because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, oh my god, like
Wait, where's the video? I want to see.
It's on it's Xbox. You have to be on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox Live.
You know, to make yourself feel better, Breakman, just watch a speed run of that game. Just watch a speed run. I mean, it'll make you feel.
That was one of those games that I was actually pretty decent at as a kid.
You can beat the
back
game
when I
in
was
12
as bad
minutes.
as Frank is at gaming right now.
12 minutes? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Fuck.
Wow.
All right, what else you been playing, Break?
I've seen like speed runs of games like that. It's like, oh, it's insane.
It's like Dark Souls 1 was like beaten like half an hour, I think. I'm like, how the fuck, man? That's crazy.
You skip a lot of shit. That's how.
Yeah.
Yeah, same like the Super Mario 3 speed run. Like, they beat that game in like 5.5 minutes or something like that. But just because you get the whistles and fucking skip all the way to the end.
Yeah. It's crazy.
All the way to the last stage, and then they just breeze through it little and shit. And that's what really pisses me off about speedrunners.
Exactly.
They're not worried about like powering up and stuff like that. They just breeze through the levels as the weakest form. Like, God damn it.
I know, it makes you feel like inadequate as a gamer for sure, man. Host Me Rappel, welcome on in. Lurks, welcome, and S1 Faka, welcome on in.
Probably it's more efficient to do it when you're small because then you could just go through the tiny spaces.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing it for speed, so they're not stopping to get the power up.
Right,
So
right.
I get why I get that, but it's irritating that they're so good without power ups.
Yeah, I know.
Struggle with power ups.
It's like it's the same thing like Dark Souls. Like, that game is like a game of patience, and you know, these motherfuckers are going in with no armor. They're just like almost nude, going through the game with nothing. You know, just a basic sword, and I mean, they're just whipping ass. You know, it's like, God damn it, man, I hate that. All right, what else what else you been playing, Break?
just phone games, South Park and Final Fantasy record keeper.
Yeah.
People tend
I need to
do
play that more because of the story. But.
Yeah.
People tend to go naked in Dark and Sultan Sanctuary because it makes you do fast rolls.
Yeah.
And if you can dodge the enemy, you don't need to worry about getting hit.
Yeah. Dungeon
People
says
in Kingsfield with no weapons, just punching everything.
I know, man.
Asshole.
I know. It's crazy.
No, with hands, no.
Yeah, no. Dungeon says there are non-glitch runs of those games too, but you still kind of feel like you want to just.
I
give up
watched
your...
somebody do a stupid fist-only run on Bloodborne, and that was 7 hours long, because how long it takes to kill each boss.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because
Why
the
would you
only
do
way you
that
can
to
really
yourself?
damage a boss, the only real way you could damage a boss at that point is to do charge attacks or viscerals.
Yeah. Dungeon says there are non-glitch runs of those games too, but you kind of feel like you want to just give up your gamer card watching those too. Haha, the fist only run. Yeah, fuck that on Bloodborne. I'll be talking about Bloodborne in a
Yeah,
little bit.
apparently they don't count the Fist of Gratias as a they count it as a weapon, which is why they didn't equip it.
Jesus
so it took
Christ.
even longer than it could have.
A no-hit run on Bloodborne? You gotta be fucking shitting me, Dungeon. Jesus
I've
fucking
seen
Christ. Holy fuck that, man. Jesus Christ.
I think the game's done quick was a no-hit run.
Oh my god, man. That game is so fuck. I'm gonna talk about it here in a second. Eric, what have you been playing?
Or at least it was a no-death run. I think he was trying to go for a no-hit run, but he took like one hit.
Yeah, well, fuck that. What have you been playing, Eric?
I've been playing more London Detective Mysteria. Not a whole lot of it, but I'm getting through the third scenario, and then I'll have 2 more scenarios after that. And Sultan Sanctuary, I beat the game on the Vita. Like I mentioned, I was working on it, so I got all the achievements on the Vita version. Or trophies, rather. But and I played Omega Labyrinth Life, the titty dungeon game I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Which has fan service elements, but like there's more to it than that, because it's actually a semi-competent. Well, it is just a competent, but I meant semi in case that like there are way better roguelites out there, but there's also a Harvest Moon-like mechanic where you can just grow flowers. But
I really thought you were going to say grow boobs.
Grow titties.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, just actual flowers.
Oh.
Okay.
Are they shaped
Which,
in,
like
titties or?
The
No.
titty flowers.
Darn it. Darn it.
They basically give you like currency which you use in the game to get stronger, so that's why you do it. But there's also this like Animal Crossing like Happy Home Designer mechanic where you can update the look of the school that you're at.
Yeah. All right.
So there's like other things to do other than the lewd mini games fan servicey stuff, which you can skip actually on the Switch version, but they cut those out of the PS4 version for obvious reasons because Sony's stupid.
It feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, like you could have like the areola flower, the breast lilies.
Breast lilies. I
Every
love it,
seed
man.
will be shaped like a little nipple.
Yeah, the voluptuous roses, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, you get it.
Yeah, of course I
They
get
failed
it.
us here. They failed.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Dungeon, it is unbelievable. Dungeon said, I reloaded Anthem to check out the Cataclysm event. I have bunny ears for my armor now, but it's still pretty Yeah, that game looks like shit.
Why are you playing Anthem?
Yeah, well, he just said.
Why
Are you
bunny
drunk?
ears?
Yeah, and why bunny ears?
Drunk
Is that
gaming
like,
is a lot of fun.
yeah, drunk gaming is fun. Or
Especially
actually,
if you play games like Halo or something where you're just being annoying to other people basically by teabagging them and stuff.
teabagging.
Because some people get so mad about it. Like, it's a game, man. Relax. Like,
Yeah.
they'll get so mad about that
Oh.
kind of stuff. Just like people on Twitter when I'm like I say something and they get so mad and I'm just like I imagine their blood pressure just rising as I'm typing. God.
Dungeon says, speaking of breasts, No Man's Sky is adding milking and cooking with the new patch coming up later this month along with VR. That's sexist, Dungeon. How dare you? How dare you insinuate that only women cook and milk? That's terrible of you.
I don't think he insinuated that in any way, you sick bastard. I think you're trying to make him sound bad. I got you.
Hey,
I got you, Ghostbuster. I got you.
It's right there in the comments, man. I'm just reading chat, man.
You're trying to bastardize his comment. Make him sound like a dirty, perverted old man.
Yeah. Dungeon says, now everyone can be like Luke Skywalker. There you go. Okay.
Actually, I saw that they're selling at the new Disney World Galaxy Faraway Park. They're selling blue and green milk now.
Yeah. Dungeon says your rock.
I don't want either. Even if I did drink milk, I wouldn't want either.
Dungeon says he wants your rock. I don't know what that means, Break. He says he wants your rock. He just says your rock, Break
rock man.
Yeah.
You saw my rock man.
I think he says you rock, Break man. All right. I mentioned I played. The only thing that I've been super busy this week. This week has been insane, and I'll get into it later. But a little bit of MPQ, of course, daily. You know, I get the daily prizes for MPQ. And then Bloodborne. Oh, my goodness, fucking born, man. I'm still in the first area, guys. I'm wondering what the fuck the trick is to that goddamn game. I've been patient with it. I've been, like... You know what I find really frustrating is they give you pebbles, right? And there's no accurate way to throw these fucking pebbles. So I've been trying to pick off people one by one. Like I already know like where everybody is because I played the first area fucking 15 billion goddamn times. But I haven't gotten anywhere but that first little area with all the fucking burning, you know, bodies and shit like that because there's so many fucking enemies that can kill you in like 5 seconds. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then if you alert one, usually like 2 or 3 more fucking... I'm like, what is the secret to this fucking game? I don't understand. Like, I'm being super patient. I'm like, okay, I'll try to get this guy, and then I'll pick... And I was doing really good, and then I got towards the end of that little stupid area, and like...
To be fair, they also run on a timer, so you can just wait for some of them to come back.
No, I do. I like wait for them, and like I pick... when I get to the actual area on the other side, that guy with the gun sees me and he fucking shoots me, so I lose health there. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You're supposed to rush him.
Yeah.
You quick step out of the way, then you rush him because then he'll have little time to actually plot his dagger.
Well, Jesus Christ, man. Like, they give you, like, no time to react whatsoever. And I'm not like the...
You're just slow then.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, you are. You just gotta... Unfortunately, I hate saying this, but you got to get better.
No, I understand that. Get good. I mean, trust me. No, I played... Look, I played this game before.
I feel like
I have a
Frank's
big argument
just,
with that.
I feel like...
Game. I think when you pay for a game, there should be cheats available or something where you can see it later. You know,
learning the mechanics. Frank's refusing to learn how to play the game.
How dare you?
As long as it's not like an online game where it affects other people, but if it's a single-player game, I think you should be able to see all content.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Brakeman.
If you get it for free, no, fuck you.
I just remember Frank telling me how his son makes it harder for himself when he plays this game, and I think that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree because Frank's the same.
No.
Frank's slow. His hands are old, and it's like a skeleton move, and you have to think of that. Like you hear the creaking of the bones and stuff like that.
Son of a bitch! You son of a bitches! I'm walking off this.
What are you talking about, Frank? I'm trying to defend you here.
I'm walking off this goddamn show. Sons of bitches. Okay, let me get something straight, Eric. All right.
Definitely, there are 2 snipers there, so yeah.
I fully admit I'm not the greatest gamer in the goddamn world, so fuck you, Eric. No, it is true. Like maybe I am making it a little too hard. Like I'm trying to pick off each one of these motherfuckers, so that way it makes it a little bit easier for me. And I don't understand. Maybe somebody can explain it, because when I did Bloodborne...
And the stones have a certain range to them, so you have to get within range so they can be
I understand, but there's no way of fucking aiming those motherfuckers. I spent...
Yeah, I know. The game doesn't have a first-person mode, which is I wish they did, but like if they did, then the game would probably give you like sniper rifles to use or whatever.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing, which I kind of wish it did, because I liked using arrows in Dark Souls. Yeah. Dungeon says I had so many damn pebbles in that game, and all of them only one.
Once you get the monocular, you can use that, and you can go in first person. But the only weapon that's really good for it is a weapon that's only available in the DLC.
Yeah,
It's technically a tool.
Yeah.
so it's not a weapon.
Yeah, Dungeon said, I had so many damn pebbles in that game, and all of them did only one thing for me, and that was getting me killed. See, that's what I'm saying, Dungeon.
Oh, they're there to aggro, like, single-target enemies.
That's what Eric, I try to use the motherfucker, but by the time I use those, like, I would alert another, oh, man, it's a fucking cluster, man. I should record it so you guys can fucking laugh at me. I hate you all. I hate you too, Break, man, you son of a bitch.
And if you get more than one enemy chasing you, just make sure only, like they do have a certain path. So
I get it. I'm getting the hang of it, Eric. Like I stopped playing it because I got frustrated, but I kind of like I'm okay now. Like the only thing I need to do is like I really need to like go further in that game because I'm kind of getting like burnt on it. Like
once you get to the next checkpoint in that game, the game becomes immensely easier, in my opinion, because you don't have to worry about that gigantic mob in the beginning.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I gotta like get past that part, and I think I'll be okay. I hate you all. You all are.
I don't know why they made the beginning of that game just so mean.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, give me a fucking break.
Even Dark Souls gave you a break in the beginning by only giving you a handful of enemies to deal with.
I know, man. If I could figure out a way to take care of the fucking gun wielding motherfuckers on that part, then I think I'll be okay. I think I can handle the rest. But sometimes you alert one and then like 15 others like get alerted, and then you're like, what? Like it happens so fast. Like you die so fucking quick.
Frank, I want to tell you that Dark Souls 3 DLC is basically the beginning of Bloodborne, but it's everywhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Fuck that, man. Dungeon says, no shame taking time off from the game. Walking away sometimes equals less broken controller. I'm telling you, Dungeon, I have to walk away from it, man.
I've never felt mad enough to break a controller.
Yeah.
Or you could just go buy a bunch of Mad Catz controllers or something.
Mad Catz. Those things are breaking like 2 seconds, man.
I know. Yeah. When I went to that...
Actually, you can't buy Mad Catz anymore. I think they went out.
Yeah,
that's sad. Because when I went to Game Crazy, like they were one of the like coolest groups. Like, hey, like they were giving us all kinds of free stuff and like, hey, we love you. We want you to promote our stuff.
Mad Catz,
we're definitely gonna promote your stuff.
Mad Catz came out with a really cool. Mad Catz came out with a really, I thought was a decent Xbox controller, like a mini Xbox controller. I thought it was pretty cool.
I loved it.
So, what do you think is the worst company, Mad Catz or Nyko?
Nyko for sure. Nyko for sure, man. Not even close. All right, we need to move on, guys. Let's go on to reviews.
RPGrinders reviews.
All right, I didn't see any reviews for you, Eric, which is unusual, and I didn't see.
Yeah, I wanted to see a movie, but I got broke.
Yeah, that's okay. I got plenty. Break. Did you have any reviews?
I was watching an old episode of a TV show, and I saw a trailer for Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
So I can. Yeah, there. That's as close as I can.
Like King of the Monsters, or like the 1960s Godzilla?
No, King of the Monsters.
Okay, right.
It's on video already, huh?
It's getting close.
No, I was watching something that old on my DVR. Is what I'm saying. That's how far behind I am right now.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I've got 4 reviews for you. Okay, the first one I'm going to start with is Batman Hush. It's a new animated DC movies. So good. So fucking good. DC has
I wish Redbox would just get the fucking Blu-rays of those instead of the DVDs. Why
I know.
are you still supporting DVD, fuckers?
I know. But the DVD is actually a really good DVD, man. I was pretty surprised.
I'm guaranteeing you it's because in more rural areas the DVDs probably sell out.
Yeah, but like you have like gutter trash on Blu-ray instead of like having 2 versions of the same movie.
No, I agree, man. Batman Hush was one such case.
Redbox has always got a lot of trash.
Yeah. Well,
always.
I mean, Batman Hush.
I don't get that. I don't understand why you don't sell more of like the hits and why you sell so much crap.
It's licensing, man. It's licensing. That's all it's about. But anyways,
I just can't imagine like the crap rents very well. You know, I go there and like that's usually what's left. It's crap.
And like in Redbox, bitch, where's my Switch wide releases and like on the box? Like, there's probably ways that you could do that.
Why
haven't you?
Why isn't there 4K fucking videos at the Redbox? That's what I'm wondering, man. I want.
I'm sure you can get 4K through the digital service they have.
I don't want that. I don't want streaming 4K. I want to rent, because here's the problem. Like Comcast caps their fucking data. So if I'm streaming 4K, like all the data gets eaten up.
They're not downloads.
Fast.
Ooh.
No, man. All right, so here we go. Batman Hush. It's a really excellent DC animated movie. It's based on the comic book. I'm not going to spoil things. I will say the animation looks really good, even on a DVD. And the story is excellent. It basically follows Batman battling all the villains pretty much. But all the villains are being manipulated by Hush. That's as far as I'm going to go because it's an excellent story. It was an excellent comic book, and it's an excellent translation to video. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. That's how much I liked about it.
I don't understand. I also don't understand why Redbox streaming is more expensive than Blu-ray rental.
Yeah, I don't know either. But anyways, so 9 out of 10 for Batman Hush. I saw a movie called La Llorona. It's based on the Mexican folklore of the same name. And it was a very average, by-the-numbers horror movie with all the usual jump scares and, stuff like that. I was very disappointed in it. I made a comment to Bernie, and I think it's relevant here. You know how, like Hollywood whitewashes a lot of movies? I thought that they could have done a better job of casting. Lisa Cardinelli was in it, and I like Lisa Cardinelli, and she did a fine job. But I really think that they should have went all out with this movie because it is steeped in Mexican folklore. And I really thought that they should have got some Mexican actors to fill the roles and do a better job.
I kind of want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I'm just going to wait for a video release because Tarantino movies are like 3 hours now. So
I like Tarantino movies.
I just want to pace myself with those films.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That along with Midsommar. So I heard Midsommar is also long. So.
Oh, Midsommar's so good,
I love
though.
Tarantino movies, but I am so far behind.
Yeah, I know.
At least I can make up for all the movies I haven't seen by just watching Hobbs and Shaw and Scary Stories and Dora, because why not?
Yeah, I mean, I sneak into movies, so I really don't give a shit, man. I mean, they make so much fucking money, so I pay for the ones that I really want to see, and then I just walk into other ones. But
I've never done that. I'd rather just pay.
Well, I would rather pay, but I don't have the money.
Like later in his career, like Dwayne Johnson's gonna start going for like Oscar type roles.
Yeah. I think he has the acting chops.
I see that happening, like with Tom Hanks and stuff like that. But I hope he doesn't abandon what he does now, like Tom Hanks.
Would you be all for Dwayne Johnson and Momoa movie?
Yeah, why not? I'm down.
Yeah, I've never seen the other guy act, but sure, why
not? He was Aquaman.
You never seen Stargate Atlantis?
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, he was the what do you call those people? I forget what they called back then. Oh well.
But yeah, I would be totally down for that. That'd be fun. I mean, an action movie with those two, why not, man? Two biggest fucking Hollywood actors going right now.
I was in that.
Yeah. So yeah, La Llorona, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. It's just slightly above average. It didn't like pop, It didn't have like, I mean, it had the usual jump scares and shit like that, but whatever. Dungeon says Stargate Atlantis. Haven't heard from that in a long time. All right, and then I got a chance to see Pikachu, which Eric reviewed I think a couple weeks back, and I
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, Detective, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's a fun movie. It's good. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Like I did not expect that movie to be as good as it was, and it had a decent story, and it had Pokemon. What more can you want from that movie? So there you go. I give it an 8 out of 10. Now, this is a first for RPGrinders. I'm reviewing a concert. I went to Knotfest on last Tuesday, and it featured Slipknot, of course, was the headliner. Had Volbeat, it had Gojira.
Before I interrupt, actually, I'm thinking of the original Stargate series, not Atlantis. I didn't really see Atlantis. Stargate SG-1, I think, was the original?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I saw. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, I've never seen him act. Yeah. Go ahead.
So anyways, the lineup was Slipknot, Volbeat, Gojira, and Behemoth. Excellent concert from top to bottom. The only problem I had with the concert is Volbeat seemed out of place to me. I really like Volbeat. They're kind of a Metallica-esque type band, like a newer Metallica, not like a thrash metal Metallica, more of like a load Metallica band, but they're good. Volbeat's really good, and I highly recommend like listening to their music and stuff like that. But they just seemed out of place. Like Behemoth is this very death metal-y kind of band, and they had a lot of energy. I mean, every one of the bands had tons of energy, but it just seemed like Volbeat of all of them was very, very out of place, but still good. Gojira was fantastic. The other three bands other than Slipknot were more of like a no frills. Like it didn't seem like a show to me. It just seemed like a jam. Like they were just like playing. Which I like. I like that a lot. I like seeing bands in their raw form and not when they're like doing a quote unquote show. Slipknot was on another fucking level, man. They did a show. They had these big ass drums. They had fire. They had it all, man. Slipknot that's the first time I've ever seen Slipknot in concert, and they were absolutely killed it. Gojira killed it too. Behemoth was surprisingly good, and I thought one of the best opening acts I've ever seen in a concert. And it was fantastic, man. I give that concert a 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, that the only reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 is because I thought Volbeat was a little out of place. Like I wish that Volbeat would not have been on the bill, and they would have given more time to Gojira especially, and more time to Behemoth to do their thing. Maybe play a few more songs. But yeah, Slipknot. Bernie says Slipknot was crazy. They were crazy, man, and it was fantastic. I'm gonna ask Breakman, do you think I should post the videos on YouTube on the channel, because I got some really good video, man.
Do you think you're getting in trouble for them?
No, you can't get in trouble because they're your videos, man. And okay, it's not.
Then, yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just putting them on there, man. I got videos from all of them, so I think I'll put them on there, and there you go. Bernie says, no, Breakman, they didn't play Godzilla.
Yeah. And I said, they're dead to me.
Yeah, no, they were. Gojira is an excellent. They're a French band, a French heavy metal band, and they are excellent. They've got.
Seriously, has anybody suggested to them like they should cover that song? It makes sense to me personally. If they're a metal band, like you should do it like in a classic.
Yeah,
song.
they wouldn't work with them though. Like their style. Like I thought about that too, Breakman, but their style.
They sound completely different.
They sound completely different, man. Like I don't think that they could change their style to match that tempo. You know what I mean?
Make their own Godzilla song then?
Maybe, man. Like I don't know, man. I mean, I that would be something interesting if I could ever talk to those guys and I would suggest it. Maybe they could. Maybe they would surprise us all. But yeah, Knotfest was.
Hey, do you guys do interviews for podcasts? No, there's no money. Hello.
I'm sure those guys would, man. They're not like a huge ass band like Slipknot. Like Slipknot, you wouldn't even get near, man. Like Corey Taylor and those guys, you wouldn't. Even...
You guys want to talk to Slipknot? Yeah.
Yeah, they would laugh just like that too, man. It was funny. Bernie and I went like walking around like the venue, Pepsi Center, and we saw all the tour buses. I mean, I guess we could have like walked up to a tour bus and like poked around and whatever, but we just we were just there to see the concert. But and those guys don't want to be bothered. Like most times they're fucking sleeping before the show. They have a heavy
if they're like rock bands before them, they're usually busy banging
or banging
whatever
chicks
are banging there before and after the concert.
Yeah,
like Motley Crue. I'm surprised they didn't do women on stage during their concerts.
Yeah, Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and all those fucking bands, man. Crazy ass bands. All right, let's move on to High-scapade. All right, Breakman, I don't know if you have a high-scapade this week, do you?
No. After what happened this weekend, I just...
Yeah. I do. And it involves the concert I just talked about. Bernie and I were sitting, and I told Bernie, I was like, why don't you, like, because she needed, I can't remember if she was going to go to the bathroom or we were just moving seats, because, like, if there's seats available below you, of course you're going to go. You know what I mean? Freak Five says I met Corey at a local comic book store years ago. That's awesome, Freak Five. Welcome on in. I didn't even see you sneak in there, Freak
So
Five.
you're like, you peed on the people underneath you, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I think
Go
what
ahead.
happened was she needed to go to the bathroom. So in order to get to the bathroom, you know how like you have to jump chairs sometimes. Like it's not practical to like go down the aisle. Sometimes like there's too many people, and then there's another aisle like either or another row like below you or above you that like there's nobody there, so it's a lot easier to get in and out. Well, Bernie did that. Like she had to go to the restroom, so she goes, and instead of like like when you step on chairs, you're supposed to step on the edge, and that kind of is the right thing to do, but instead she steps on the inside of the chair. So of course the chair folds up, right? And her leg promptly goes straight to the ground. So now she's stuck on the chair.
Oh, Lord.
And she keeps trying to pull it, and I'm trying to help her the best I can, but like it's so crammed there, like there's no real way to, kind of like, oh yeah, trust me, Freak Five. There was a high escapade and a half.
She says in chat that she was going to get a beer. Obviously, you already had too many.
I only had one.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her.
Maybe that was the case, man. But anyways, she like pulls her leg
Maybe
out.
It was a chair mimic, like in Bloodstained.
Yeah. So she pulls her leg out, and then she's missing a shoe. And her shoe's underneath the chair, and so she got in and she got out. But anyways, yeah, Save versus Chair Dungeon said it was fun. It was a funny occurrence and like crazy, and like Bernie just didn't know that when you're stepping over chairs, you're supposed to step on the edge, not the inside of that chair. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get that folded chair effect. So that was my high escapade. Let's move on to.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
All right, this is everybody's favorite segment. Breakman, what you got for us this
I think
week?
we all have the same stinkos, don't we?
I know I do. Eric has a different one, but I'm sure he's all on the same kick, man. Trust me. Anyways, what you got, Breakman?
I don't even think we need to go into detail. Everybody knows what happened this previous weekend. Within I think it was 12 hours, 2 more mass shootings, and
yeah, and there
one
was
of them within an hour of me.
Yeah, and there was a third that people don't talk about either in Chicago that happened.
They don't talk about those a lot, but which actually brings up something that kind of made me a little bit angry. I've been seeing this picture circulating on Twitter every time, like they talk about, well, they just bring up that they bring white supremacists, and they show this picture of a lot of the people who committed mass shootings this year. The picture's about half of the people that committed mass shootings.
Yeah.
And they focused on, it seems like they focused heavily on the mass shootings that are going on in Chicago, like gang-related type stuff.
Yeah.
To kind of show that, hey, it's not white people. It's not white supremacy.
I'm going to save a little bit of that for our free-for-all Breakman, because...
that picture, just pisses me off when I see it.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't, you fucking Trumpsters, you can't even do fucking basic math.
Yeah, and there's an interesting thing going. It's a phenomenon that's been going on for a lot. I mean, for probably years now.
What, sticking your head up your ass phenomenon?
Well,
I think that's been for all of humanity.
That's true, man. Let's save a little bit of that talk for the free-for-all break, man, because there is so much to talk about. You touched on that, and we're going to get to it. I promise you.
So we, as of this weekend, previous weekend, we had more mass shootings in this country than we have days of the week. Or days in the year, I mean.
Yeah. It's.
And we only know of the ones that were reported. There are probably more.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a scary thought.
Freak Five says, Frank too old for the mosh pit? No, I'm not too old for the mosh pit. There's just nowhere to mosh where I was, man. I was in the nosebleed section, man. Quit streaming.
So you didn't throw anybody over a balcony? Jeez.
I was
metal, or you? I thought you were metal. Jeez.
Well, I was by the balcony.
Poser.
I didn't want to be one of the ones thrown over the balcony.
Poser, whatever, poser.
Okay, so anything else on that break, man? I promise you we'll talk more about it. I promise.
No, more mass shootings again. I don't know what else to say. What do we need to do to get things to stop?
Yeah, let's stop right there because we're going to talk about that in free for all. I promise, Breakman. Eric, what you got?
Oh, and one more thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As usual, blaming something else, and the blaming video games has become like the quick thing. And in fact, Walmart's already acted on it. They've banned it. They've banned anything that would depicts like video game violence. They're still selling games. Yeah. They still sell guns, but they're gonna censor anything that would depict video game violence.
Anybody else having audio issues out there? Because apparently we might be offline.
I was talking and stuff.
It looks good on my end. I don't think
about me. Like it's supposed to be about me. I mean, was that out loud? I'm sorry.
Okay, Breakman, we'll also talk about that.
Chaos needs to refresh.
Yeah, it's really
so Walmart. Yes, they get a stinko from me.
They do get a stinko, but
and another one goes to ESPN, who has bought into this narrative, and they've decided that they're not going to show like any video games that feature guns,
like Apex Legends on their esports.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's another aspect of these mass shootings that we will talk about in our free for all. I promise you guys, like this is going to be a major.
I know. I'm
topic.
Just saying these are all my stinkos. So
yeah. No. I'm just saying we're going to talk about it, man.
I wanted to make sure that people understand like the deaths are the biggest stinko. Like the gaming is secondary to anything.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
The killing of human beings by angry individuals or mentally disturbed individuals or whatever individuals has got to stop.
Yes, it really does, man. And we'll talk about it later because I got some thoughts on that. Eric, you're up, man. What you got?
I got from Silicon Era a story about how a 40-year-old man arrested for threatening Square Enix with a repeat of Kyoto Animation, in quotes.
Yeah.
A 40-year-old man named Kenichi Hiratsuka was arrested for allegedly sending death threats to Square Enix, including a threat of a repeat of Kyoto Animation, referencing the tragic incident that took place the lives of 35 people last month.
What was this guy pissed off about, Eric?
I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't mention.
Oh, it says here, when questioned by the police following his arrest, the man said, "I was pissed off at losing in a game, so I sent the mail." Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say which game, just a game.
Yeah, that's a serious threat. And it kind of goes along with this mass shooting bullshit too, man. Like we gotta be aware of these things.
These people, they haven't grown up. They're maladjusted. They can't adjust the things in the world, and they haven't been raised right. And I blame Japanese society for this because they overwork people there, and mom and dad can't be home, and they don't raise their kids. And then there's the issue of the society influencing how the parents treat their kids. And I if you watch enough anime out there, you almost get the impression that parents are just really shitty in Japan.
Yeah. Freak 5 says, Freak 5 is exiled. He says he loves my voice. That's what
that's aside from the part that they're not home all the time.
Yeah.
No, he was just telling us that he said that, damn, even worse now, I can hear Frank now. He's trying to tell us that his audio was working. Like, I don't know how you could be offended by that, Frank.
How dare you, Breakman. How dare you, son of a bitch. Out again. I don't know what's going on, man.
It says, this makes the second major Square Enix death threat incident that led to the arrest this year, and following an incident back in March when a 25-year-old man threatened staff after claiming to have spent more than 200,000 yen on a gacha game and didn't get the item he wanted. I'd be more concerned about the fact that Square Enix is doing bullshit with microtransactions.
Yeah, that's no excuse, but it is a problem. It is a problem.
Like first of all, the guy needs help because he's obviously got a microtransaction related addiction.
Yeah,
and he's upset at them because he's not getting the thing he wanted in the game that was designed for him to not get the thing he wants.
Yeah, and that is a bullshit problem. Like loot boxing and microtransactions. There's got to be a way to do it, to where people aren't fucking addicted to it. And I mean, I've seen stories of kids, knocking out their parents' fucking accounts over FIFA and shit like that. But anyways, Dungeon says some people use anonymity responsibly, others use it as an excuse to lower everyone's IQ.
Here's the article in case anybody wants to look at it.
I'm not trying to lower everybody's IQ. Oh, sorry, never mind.
Well, we lower the IQ of everybody when they listen to us, man. I mean, this is the way it is. But all right, my stinko of the week. Same thing, Breakman. Multiple mass shootings. There's some that weren't even reported, like the Chicago one wasn't reported, which is ridiculous. Even though nobody died, 9 people got injured in that one. So,
well, that's why they don't. That's one of the reasons they don't count it as a mass shooting, because nobody died. It was injuries.
Yeah,
but they don't talk about like what's going on in Chicago a lot.
Yeah,
but unless they're using it, as I said, as a way to fight back and say, no, it's not white people. Look, it's all these. It's the black people that are doing it.
Yep. We'll talk about it.
Even though if you do a simple like, hey, wait a minute, that's like. There have been 250. There's like 130 people here. What?
Yeah, Yeah, I totally agree, and that touches on race, which is another one of my stinkos. Breakman, mass deportations.
Race is your stinko?
No,
I'm confused.
Another stinko.
You mean like we should all be the same? Oh my God, Frank!
How
what
dare
is wrong
you?
for you?
How dare you, Breakman? How dare you
Sorry.
make light of a very
I know. I'm
serious-
sorry.
No, it's all
I'm
good,
sorry,
man.
but we're getting really.
There
heavy
has to
there.
be a little.
Well, I wanted to try and
I know,
getting
dude.
really heavy.
I mean, we need to lighten the mood because it's fucking crazy what's going on.
It's
Breakman.
sad, but we're stuck in this horrible situation.
Yeah.
We all feel helpless.
So mass deportations have started. They've been going on for a very long time. But imagine this, okay? You're a kid, and you go to your first day of school, and you come back from school, and your parents are gone, and gone for good, deported. That's what's going on in Mississippi right now, and I'm sure clear across the country because of the racist in chief that we got. There are reports out of Mississippi that kids went to school, came home, and the neighbors had to take them in because their parents were fucking deported. And this is actually a huge issue. There was another gentleman.
I don't know how anybody can watch a little kid crying, "I want my daddy," and like not have like feel completely heartless about that.
Yeah, and it's
like that. That's a video that's been trending on Twitter too.
Yeah, and it's terrible, and it's the truth, and it needs to be talked about more. And we need to talk about it every day until somebody takes some actions. And I know, like, there were a lot of Jewish people that got together, and they're starting to raid like the ICE facilities in their towns, and they're shutting them down temporarily and stuff like that. There needs to be,
or at least like sabotaging their efforts.
That we need to do more of that. We need to be up in arms. We need to be in the streets, but in mass. A good example of this is what's going on in Hong Kong, or even in Puerto Rico. They had a very corrupt governor in Puerto Rico that was, sending some unsavory text about certain peoples there, and the people got up in arms and they took to the streets. And when I say they took to the streets, it looked like everybody got up off of their asses, went into the streets, and flooded the streets until something was done. And I think until we get to that point, nothing's going to be done. People will be deported. These people are good people.
I just don't think even then, like, we've got so many people that fight back against that. I mean, goddamn Trump lies about everything. He fakes everything too.
Yeah.
I mean, he used this weekend is to make his promotional video for his re-election.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
The reason he went.
Here's the thing, Breakman. There are way more people that are against what the deportations are going on right now than are for them. I guarantee you. Trump's base is maybe 30% of the country. It's not 50%. It's not 60%. It's maybe 30%. So that leaves 70% of the country that disagrees. And if enough people get together, they can make what happened in Puerto Rico happen here. I guarantee you. Because there is going to be a breaking point in this country. I'm telling you all right now. There is going to be a breaking point where the minorities of this country, coupled with enough of the Caucasians in this country that say enough is enough. There will be that point. There will be a critical mass.
I don't know. Say Caucasians?
Yeah, I did. I said, people of the Caucasian persuasion. will.
It's funny the labels we put on.
I
each
know.
other and
I know.
stuff like
I just.
that.
I mean.
Like white people, like we're fucking anything but white. You
Right.
know?
Right. I know.
Black
And then
people
black
are
people are
anything
black.
but black.
Me-
I
you
mean,
know.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I understand, but
Like
I mean.
I see, like in Native Americans are supposed to be red. Like what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yellow is supposed to be
Asian. People are
Asian.
yellow.
Yeah.
Like, really? What are you talking? Like what are we going on? And,
Yeah. So.
what are the other colors? What are
The only real yellow people
Brown.
I know are the Simpsons.
Yeah, I know.
And those are the
Latino
supposed
or what,
white
brown,
people.
I think.
Yeah. But so, I mean, there will be a point of critical mass on this situation. I guarantee you. And it might be after Trump is out of office, but stuff's going to change. And it will change. But
Only if he's out of office next year.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I should say next year because technically he would go until like the 12th or 15th or something like that. January.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it'd be 2021. But
here's
hopefully
here's
that's
also like a pre-Sweeto. They're starting impeachment inquiries now. So maybe that'll happen. I don't
so
know.
they say, but not what's her name in charge. Everybody else, like, these are official, but
Oh no, Pelosi's out of the way. She's out. She's said she's not stopping it now. And there's a majority.
Not stopping it is different from leading it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
she doesn't have to lead it. You know who has to lead it? Jerry Nadler. That's who, and he said it's already started. So I'm hopeful. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm hopeful too.
And definitely the Senate won't oust him. So that's not what I'm worried about.
No.
But I do.
This is about. Look, we have the power. This is Let's show what we can do.
Yep.
Show that we are trying to
Yep.
get rid of him, and we are unable to. We need the American public's help when
Yep.
it comes to election time.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. Because I tell you what, if it's not done and the wrong candidate gets put in, like, let's say Joe Biden, Trump will fucking steamroll him. And Trump will steamroll Elizabeth Warren. I can go down the line to people that Trump will steamroll. The only person that I feel and that a lot of people feel that can't be steamrolled because he's not corrupt is fucking Bernie Sanders. If Bernie Sanders...
About, like, Tulsi Gabbard,
and maybe
though?
Tulsi Gabbard. But Tulsi Gabbard's so far behind, I don't think she can make up that ground.
I'd like her to win,
Yeah.
but like it's unlikely because she's not big enough.
Yeah, she's not. And then, I even thought about Marianne Williamson, but she's a kook that believes in metaphysics, and that's somebody I don't want as, the commander-in-chief. But, there's hope for 2020, Breakman. I guarantee you there's hope. But let's move on to, speaking of hope.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet of the week.
All right, Sweeto of the Week, Breakman, what you got?
After this week, no Sweetos.
No
Like this is
Sweeto.
just. I just feel like this was. Come on, like fucking wake up, everybody! Like we have got to stop this. Innocent people are being slayed just going to fucking shopping, going to concerts and everything. This has got to stop.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
no Sweeto
no
for me.
question, no question, Breakman. I totally agree. Eric, I didn't see anything on your Sweeto as well.
Oh, I guess I can mention it, but it's more of a homie discount because I got. Well, it sounds like it might be a permanent price drop at least these two stores, but Best Buy and GameStop are selling Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for the Switch for $30.
Well, that's cool. That's good. That's about the
I
cheapest
picked
Switch
that up
game you're gonna
this
get.
morning.
That's awesome,
Or
man.
after this afternoon. Sorry.
Yeah, good deal, man. That's awesome. All right, I got a couple of Sweetos. One is I finally sold my house, and the good thing about that whole thing, the big Sweeto part of that, is I'm finally rid of my ex. So that it rolls in there, and I got my sum of money, and I got rid of some of my past. So I'm happy for that. But the big Sweeto of the week goes to Knotfest 2019. It was a hell of a fucking show. If it's coming to your area, wherever it is, go check it out because it is a show. Like Slipknot puts on a hell of a fucking show, no question. Real quickly, I forgot to say this. Freak 5 says his stinko is he forgot to go in for his tattoo consultation last night. And Bernie says she wants tattoo. What do you want to tattoo?
I suggest she should get a new Tenacious D tattoo.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see what else. That's about it in chat.
Tenacious D tattoo.
Wonder
sorry.
Boy. Wonder Boy in Ice Cream Land. Yeah.
I wish I could.
I wish you wouldn't sing. How about that? So that's my sweeto. Okay.
Comments won't hurt.
All right, let's move on here, guys. Okay. I alluded to it earlier in Free For All. We're going to be talking about gun violence. The question that I have, and we're going to touch on the white supremacy shit in a minute, Breakman. I'm glad you brought that up. But I want to know, it's one thing to talk about what's going on here with mass shootings. What are the solutions? Okay, I know that there are some completely obvious solutions, so I'm going to start with you, Breakman. What do you think are some of the solutions to ending mass shootings in the United States? Because
I mean, really, to end them, we would need to do things that other countries have done that make sense, but I don't think they would work here because of the fight that would happen. I mean, honestly, a country like Great Britain, guns are legal in Great Britain. People don't know that. It's just you can get shotguns and you can get rifles.
Yes.
Those are perfectly legal. They made handguns illegal, and their murder rate as far as gun violence went down to like
Because they're
10
easier to
a year.
conceal, that's why.
How much was it, Breakman? I'm sorry.
Like 10 a year. That's not the only reason. There are a lot of reasons. Like people don't.
And
Like, we talk.
handguns are easier to use, so...
People talk about banning assault rifles and stuff like that, but a lot of people don't know that there are a lot of handguns that are semi-automatic too.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of handguns that are almost as dangerous as assault rifles.
Yeah.
As far as what to do in this country, I think starting with assault rifles is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it would stop it, but I think it would maybe deter it a little bit at least.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the start. If it doesn't work, it'd be a point where we start looking into other things.
Yeah.
Of course, I've had arguments with friends about it who, I mean, they appeal to my libertarian side, like they'll try and take our guns away type thing, and that's not what happened last time we did it, for instance. And not only that, like I don't think they would get the approval from like Congress or. The Senate, for instance, if they said we're going to take away the guns of people who own assault rifles and stuff like that, no, that's not going to go through. That would not pass. The Senate. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't.
I got an idea on that, how to mitigate that, Breakman, but I'll talk about it in a second. Any other thoughts before I go on to Eric?
I've got a lot more thoughts, but
sure.
Go ahead, Eric.
All right, we'll go round table. We'll go one idea.
I mean,
at a time.
There's a lot. I don't want to monopolize.
Right.
I just said a lot. So
right. We'll go. We got plenty of time. We got a half an hour to talk about this. Eric, what do you think should be done? What's the solution?
I think that in addition to what Brake said, I think we also need to actually have regulations. We should make it not only harder to get a gun, but we should make it more expensive to pay for your license.
I agree.
As a deterrent, and I also think that people need constant psychiatric reevaluations.
Absolutely. Not only background checks, which is the bare minimum that you can do. I do think that you need a psychiatric evaluation before you're able to get a permit.
And I think the money that goes toward having a gun license should be diverted to something like Medicare.
Yeah. Here's an interesting...
mental health is definitely an
not
aspect
only
that's
that,
not,
but like
it's not treated at all in this country.
Right.
On the subject of mental health, we should, actually, people that go into prison and have a mental illness should, instead of just sitting in prison, should be getting therapy. Abso-fucking-lutely, Eric. You touched on a few things, but let me... And like, maybe, like, decency training at school? Like, maybe that's a thing that we should do?
Maybe.
I don't know about that.
I would be okay.
As far as, like, what's going on with the jails and not getting these
I think a lot of the reasons
the help they need is our government spends more money on our military than anything else when they can spend money on stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the reasons that kids end up growing up to be not well-adjusted adults is because they don't get lessons from their parents, because the parents expect schools to do everything.
Either that or they're working 3 fucking jobs, Eric. I mean, that might be part of it, too.
The parents aren't there to teach them because of all the work they have to do, because
we
get paid so little in these countries because corporations are greedy fucking bastards.
Yeah, here's
Both of those could be true, though. You could have a parent who works all the time and still be neglectful. Not
Right.
because of not necessarily because they're working all those jobs,
Right,
but because
right.
they get home and they're like, I just
I'm
want
just
to
tired.
play
Yeah.
video games or go to bed or something like that.
Yeah. No,
you know?
you're absolutely right, Breakman. But here's an idea that I'm going to float to you guys. I agree with everything that you guys said and more, but there is a problem of how many guns there are in this country. So
Yeah.
I thought about
Which
this.
has always been one of my arguments against gun control. Is like, let's be realistic. There are a lot of guns out there, which is if we outlaw assault rifles, that's one of the things that I'm saying. Being realistic, like it's going to be a hard thing.
If only Superman existed, he could take all the guns like he took the nukes.
Here's no. Here's the thing.
That movie was terrible.
here's my idea on the amount of guns, at least to control the amount of guns.
Like
Eric, hold on. Eric,
start 3 at court.
Eric, let me finish my thought here, Eric, because I lose my thoughts pretty quickly. Here's my thought on the amount of guns that we already have in this country. Okay, you guys have addressed like the future, right? We should do background checks. We should make it harder to get guns. We should ban certain guns. I've heard all that, right? But we already have a certain amount of guns in this country. So why not take a budget, right? And maybe we take it right out of the military budget, because the military budget is so fucking bloated, and it's one of the few things that we can take away money that they're not even going to miss it, right? So why can't we?
Oh my God! You can't even say
I know,
that.
I know, it's a radical idea.
Like that says, like no, like we're not paying the military enough. Like we
Right.
put like 55% of the budget in
Right.
the military. Are you
That's
kidding me?
right.
You don't pay the military enough?
Right.
Are you kidding me?
So why don't we take maybe, I don't know, 5% of that budget is all that it would take, maybe even less, and do a buyback program. So we buy back, like if you have like an assault rifle, that should never.
Like why are all the civilians getting the assault rifles? Where are the military people getting these things?
Right, like why civilians have assault rifles is beyond me.
And while we're on that, let me fucking any asshole that walks around with an assault rifle should be fucking smacked up his goddamn head.
Yeah.
Fuck you people. Like I'm serious. Like if you go to a grocery store with an assault rifle, there's something fucking wrong with you.
I totally agree. So here's my idea.
Like you're doing it to show off. Like look what I can do. Like this is my.
Right.
I'm
the
flexing
gun does
my
not
American
make you
right.
tough.
Right.
Like you're fucking scaring people
Right.
because you want to be a scary asshole, I guess.
Right,
like,
right.
You're being an asshole. Fuck you.
So here's my idea. Why don't we take a good little chunk of that budget, maybe 5%, 10%, whatever the fuck it takes, and say this is set aside for a buyback program. And anybody that wants to volunteer to give up their weapons of mass destructions, because that's what they fucking are. They're weapons of mass destruction. And if you need proof of that, look at any of the fucking mass shootings that happened this last week, right? You can look at El Paso, you can look at Chicago, you can look at fucking Dayton, which, like you said, Breakman was what, an hour away from where you're fucking at? What's next? Cincinnati, Denver? What is next?
We've already had mass shootings. Both Denver and Cincinnati have had mass shootings.
Oh yeah. The Aurora shooting. I mean, that's Denver metro area.
We've already had this shit.
Right.
Like it's not. This isn't just a closed incident. What happened this weekend? Like it's not safe.
So
you never know when you're going to get shot for fucking doing an everyday thing.
Going to fucking Walmart is not safe anymore
because of psychos.
Right. So here's my idea. Take some of that budget, 5-10%, and do a buyback program. We'll give you half of the value of that weapon of mass destruction, and I would label them weapons of mass destruction, so that way whenever, like you said, you want to go out in public and show off that weapon of mass destruction, people know who you are, right? You're a fucking wielder of a weapon of mass destruction, and then society would kind of look at it a little bit differently and say, you know what, you haven't given up your weapon yet, and you could get half of your money back? What is wrong with you? I think
Dungeon has a great point in chat. When you're done, I'll read it.
Dungeon says we would have the money for a buyback program if, quote unquote, someone didn't start a trade war and needed $28 billion so far to bail. Dungeon,
I think
I almost think that's why he did
when
it.
you say
the NRA just gave him
someone.
Yeah, I know.
And there should be a sigh afterwards too.
Yeah. But Dungeon, I agree with you. But the military budget is so fucking bloated, they won't miss 5 to 10% of it. And that was.
But he's also right about this. I mean, this
Yes.
is just the trade war is fucking bonkers, and it's just another one of the things that's adding to this
You're right.
deficit that's going to bankrupt our country.
Right.
Like I'm kind of glad I don't have kids right now because I don't know what to tell them about the future. I'm sorry, kids.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why my brother and
idiot,
sister
who was only in
and my
their
other sister decided to have
world.
more children.
Yeah. So here's that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's obviously going to have to be when Trump's out of office because it would never work.
If Mrs. Brickman got pregnant and she didn't kill me for it, I'd deal with it. But I don't think she's going to talk to me again tonight.
No, but here's what like I'm saying, this is a serious thing that we could do as a country that would make everybody feel actually pretty good. You know, it would be a good positive step in the right direction, you know. We could offer a buyback program and take every single one of those weapons of mass destruction and throw them in the fucking foundry.
Well, there are going to be people that won't.
I agree. I understand.
There are going to be a lot of people. The people who go to the grocery store for assault rifles, you know, like, I got my AK, like, no terrorists are going to attack this place.
No, I understand.
No, maybe you will. I'm afraid that you will. I'm not afraid of a terrorist. I'm afraid of you.
All right, but here's what I'm saying, Breakman. I think doing this would be a good starting point, you know, and then maybe later, you know, maybe you melt down the metal and you resell the metal in other forms and make even more money, right?
I want to add something to this.
Okay.
To this, what we're talking about too. The whole good guy with a gun argument, I think, was just proven as total bullshit in El Paso. Was the El Paso shooting where it was the Dayton shooting where he killed people. It was one of the I'm fucking. There's so many.
I'll tell you about the one that I know.
In less than 30 seconds, he killed 9 people.
Yep.
Before the quote unquote good guy with the guns were able to shoot him.
Yeah.
So even good guys with guns can't save everybody.
Let me tell you another little anecdote on that point, Breakman. In Las Vegas, you remember Las Vegas, the biggest shooting of all. I think it was 50 people that lost their lives in Las Vegas that day. There were band members that actually had concealed weapons carries, and one of the band members said, and I can't remember who it was one of the country music, and they were very pro-gun, very pro-Second Amendment, all this bullshit, you know.
Yeah, I did see that.
And he said, it would not have mattered one fucking second if I took my gun out and went over there. It would not have mattered. Number one, I was scared. Right, he admitted fully, which is highly unusual for someone to admit that. That's
and most people don't want to admit they'd be scared in a situation. Like I don't know what would happen. Like I might freeze, I might run, which is statistically the most safe thing for you to do. By the way,
run
is if there's a mass shooter shooting, run.
Run, exactly, run in zigzag patterns if you can. You know, I mean that's what you do. I mean isn't it sad that we have to know this, Breakman? We have to know in a mass shooting here, if it happens, we have to fucking zigzag run out of the fucking place to survive, you know. But here's what I'm saying. Not only would it be a good start, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would do it. I'm sure there would be a lot of people that would take their guns and willingly give them up for half of the value of the gun, right? Yeah. So we do that.
Like I said, it's going to be the extreme people who
I understand.
are going to turn their assault rifles in, and then the people who own handguns, a lot of them are just they're up in arms right now.
I know, I understand, but here's what I'm saying.
Why don't they want background checks?
I know.
Why do you want to make it easy?
No,
I mean, it's already obviously too easy.
You misunderstand,
for unstable people to get guns. No, I'm sorry, I'm not arguing with you.
I know. 90% of people in this country want more hard background checks. You know who's stopping it right now? Mitch McConnell. The House has passed 2 separate fucking background check bills that are sitting at the feet of Mitch McConnell.
NRA, because they were heavily like, no,
actually,
this is a bad thing. Don't do this.
Actually, no. If you look at the data, surveys say even NRA members, the majority, the vast, I think it's like in the 70s or 80s, want background checks, Breakman. So this is something that the entire...
but as a institution, NRA is actively, they're out there saying, don't do this.
No, I understand. Their point is...
They're giving them like an ultimatum, the way they said it, like, you better not or else type thing.
Yeah, fine. Fuck them. You know, I mean, that's why
it's insane. Like, they have so much push in this country for a group that's only like 5 million people.
Right. Here's the thing, Breakman. Let me finish these 2 points, okay? First point is the less that we start weeding out some more and more and more, and we keep doing it year after year. We have a program. You bring us your gun, we'll give you 50% of the value. You eventually weed that shit out, right? And then, like you said, there are going to be those crazies that are still there and blah blah blah.
And
but at
not
least
not just crazy people.
Hold
Let me clarify. There are going to be people that are perfectly reasonable who
I understand.
don't want to do it.
Big win for everybody, right? We have reasonable people that do it, and we have the crazies that are more easily identifiable. Right? That's part of the problem now. We can't identify them because there's so many fucking gun owners in this country with multiple guns. So we do a win-win. We take back some of the guns, and we, being able to recognize the shitheads and the responsible gun owners. It gets easier as it goes. It doesn't get any harder. If you're getting rid of the fucking guns, it's a good thing for the fucking safety of this country.
Can I poo-poo another argument?
Sure.
One that's been bothering me is the whole mental health. And I've said it too. And I definitely agree. We do not do enough in this country about mental health.
Right.
Not even close.
Right.
But to say it's people with mental health issues, basically says nobody ever should own a gun. Period. Because any one of us, at any point in our lifetimes, can develop mental health issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been there.
We can have them early on, or we can develop them later in life.
Right, at any point.
I mean, that whole argument basically says no guns for anybody, because no one can know at any point when we can lose. Something bad can happen in our life, and we can have a mental breakdown. Any one of us.
Oh, here's a good point. Freak 5 actually brings up
Psychopaths in animes about pre-crime, where if you have the slightest bit of a dip in your mental state, we'll consider you a criminal.
Yeah. Freak 5 brings up a very good point. I thought about this too, but I don't think it would really help Freak 5. Although there are examples where it worked. He says more minorities need to start getting licensed to carry a concealed weapon. That's what
happening in El Paso right now. Actually.
Yeah, but
I read
here's
an article after the what happened in El Paso. A lot of Latino people are first time registered for guns.
Yeah, but here's
it has definitely spiked because of this. Which is sad. At the same time, we don't want more guns out there.
Right. But Freak 5 makes it.
There's a lot of guns.
Right.
And I understand.
Here's
some people. There are some people who need a gun. You
Yeah.
know, there are dangerous situations that happen, and there are wild animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're talking in fucking Alaska or something. It doesn't happen almost anywhere in this. I live in Colorado.
No, I mean, we need hunters, for instance, to quelch the deer populations
but
and stuff
hunters,
like that. But I'm saying
hunters don't need fucking semi-automatic
lump
weapons.
those in here with the people that are dangerous.
I understand, but even hunters would recognize they don't need a semi-automatic weapon.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, but Freak 5 actually brings up a very good point that can be proven in history, Breakman. When the Black Panthers first started out, they weren't armed, and they were fucked with big time. And eventually, they all armed themselves. And the Black Panthers at one point were a very, very sound group of people that nobody fucked with because they had fucking guns, right? Legally, they had fucking guns. So,
and then the government labeled them as a terrorist
organization. That's what I'm saying. It'll be a problem eventually because then the government would do something like that, label people minorities that are quote unquote terrorists, and then they would decimate the population of minorities here. But I mean, we see it with cops now with unarmed. Can you imagine armed? It'd be crazy. The NRA used to be pro gun control because of black gun owners. That is absolutely 100% true, Freak 5, until they realize that they can make a shit ton of money using black people as props and other minorities. But so there's a lot of good ideas on the table here, but I really think that there has to be a start. And there's another thing that needs to happen. We need to vote a lot of these motherfuckers out. Somebody like Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi.
Go.
Nancy Pelosi has to go too because she's just as bad. She doesn't give a fuck about gun control, really. I mean, I know that they have passed it.
Someone needs to find dirt on McConnell doing some nasty shit.
There's so much dirt.
Get him fired.
There's so much dirt on McConnell is insane, and he still sticks around. He's been around for fucking ever, Eric. But
he needs to be voted out. Like the people of Kentucky need to like wise up and say no.
Yeah, they need to do. And then there's other Republicans like piece of shit Cory Gardner here. Excuse me, here in Colorado that needs to be. He's accepted, I think, more money from the NRA than almost any other senator. So that's, I mean, it goes back to what we say all the time, Breakman. What do we say all the time? Money out of politics. Money out of fucking politics is what really needs to happen. Here's another thing that needs to happen. Bernie Sanders made it very fucking clear, and I don't mean to make this a fucking Bernie Sanders commercial because there's other candidates that are pretty fucking good. Tulsi Gabbard being the next best one. Bernie Sanders put it really well. He said, I have a D- rating with the NRA, and if I get in office, I'll have an F rating with the NRA. And that's exactly what we need. We need somebody with an F rating in the fucking White House to at least initiate a lot of these fucking changes that all of us are thinking are very common sense. I mean, nothing that you, Breakman, or Eric, that you've said, or I have said, or anybody in chat has said, it has been not common sense. These are all common sense measures.
How many times are we gonna open up our paper to see 5 people, 9 people, 12 people died?
50.
And we see pictures of children,
right,
and grandparents and new mothers before we stop this shit.
You know, it's funny.
I don't actually read the newspaper. I get all my info on the net.
You know what's funny?
I don't read a newspaper per se either, but I'm saying...
You know what he's saying,
like, you
Eric.
open up... You say USA Today, for instance.
Right.
Go on USA.com, for instance. Like,
yeah. You make a good point, man. I mean,
newsfeed,
one of the saddest things that I saw, Breakman. I mean, not to mention that it's a white supremacist who did it in El Paso, and I know the one in Dayton was not a white supremacist per se, but he was a whack job nonetheless.
Like we see people sponging like, like I'm a... And his views were completely different from what he was saying in real life, too.
Yeah,
like, he had, like, a rape list and stuff like that, where online he's saying he's voting for Warren and for women's rights. Like, no, like, those two things didn't...
Right.
I don't know. There's something
There's something really funky there. Yeah, but anyways...
But, yeah, the vast majority of them have been, like... like white power, or I needed to kill somebody, or I needed to kill people of a certain race or certain religion or something like that.
The guy in El Paso he definitely said, I wanted to kill as many Mexicans as I could. That was his motivation.
And he did say something in his manifesto that was true, but at the same time not. And he said it's don't blame the president for his retort because I've had these thoughts for a long time. And that's true because guys like Tucker Carlson have been on there for longer than President Trump's been. Yeah. So this rhetoric of go out and shoot immigrants has been going on for a while. Just Trump got in the presidency and he said yeah.
Yeah. Well, he egged it on by saying that it's a quote unquote invasion,
which is why I said it's true and not true at the same time because it's true because he egged it on.
Yeah.
Like he got into power and said, yeah, this is what we're doing. But
rapists, they're all rapists.
That kid learned hate before Donald Trump,
right?
But Donald Trump influenced him to go ahead and act on it.
He just fanned the flame, man. Like I said, one of the saddest things I saw.
Donald Trump didn't start it, but he's thrown gasoline on this fire.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% correct, Breakman. One of the saddest things I saw in El Paso was the mother that had a newborn, not a newborn, but like a baby, like less than a year old, in her arms, shielding her baby, and then the father of that baby shielding the mother, and they both fucking died. So now that baby, who I believe is white, is going to grow up without it doesn't matter. Who is now going to grow up without a mother.
I mean, I know it doesn't. I wasn't trying to be rude to you. I'm just saying, we this is now that you know what? Actually, when you think about the people who support that, they always argue that those people are enablers and stuff. So never mind. These white supremacists. if you say anybody was like, well, they killed white people, those white people they killed were defending like the Mexicans and the blacks.
How is that even an argument?
They were part of their group and stuff. Dude, white supremacists don't have common sense arguments. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I just thought it was sad. So now that baby,
it's fucking it's horrible.
Yeah, that baby's gonna grow up without a mother and father. And I think I tweeted it out this week that my heart was real heavy. Like, I had a lot of good things that happened this week, but you know, with the mass shootings and you know, the mass deportations, like I saw videos of kids crying because their parents were just gone, like they were deported, and you know, it's and then I saw another disheartening video of a man who had a small criminal record. It wasn't a huge criminal record, that was deported to Iraq. He was born in Greece. He had Iraqi parents, but he lived in this country since he was 6 months old. 6 months old. And they sent him to Iraq. And he died 2 weeks after he got there because he couldn't get insulin. And he didn't understand the language. There's a video of him talking about it. Like, I don't know anybody here. I don't know the language. I don't have any money. I don't know what to do. And I'm a diabetic, and this, you know, I mean, it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen, other than the photos of the mother and father that protected their newborn baby, which, by the way, those people are heroes. I think we can take a moment to recognize that there was also another video that I saw that was the best of humanity. It was a black guy that picked up as many kids as he could, and he ran. I think he picked up like 3 kids and took them to safety. And I think it's an understated thing that we need to recognize these people for what they are. He's a fucking hero, and he deserves like Trump actually going down there and giving him the highest honor. I think, what is it, the Medal of Freedom that a civilian can get?
No, because he'll turn that into another political ad.
Yeah, I know, but
look, me and the black man.
Right,
look, he's a hero. Like,
well,
look what he did. Disgusting. Like, this mass shooting he used to shoot a
campaign video. Yeah, I know. It was really terrible.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, people died, and you're using that as how despicable of a person can one man be?
Well, like I said before, Breakman, Trump is a symptom of the problem, and there needs to be big change. I think money in politics is the biggest one. I think we definitely need to get Trump out. I think somebody like Bernie, who's the exact opposite of Trump, needs to be in there, and things need to change. And you know, like I said, I had a heavy heart, but luckily there were some good things in my life that happened this week that you know, happened that didn't mitigate it, because it still weighs with me. I still think about it, but you have to reach down deep, and it's becoming harder and harder to reach down deep to find something to keep going for. And I know that's the way it is for a lot of people in this country. Any final thoughts, Eric?
No, not really. You said pretty much everything.
Yeah. What about you, Breakman?
Oh, we've said a lot. I'm not trying to start fights with like gun owners and stuff like that. Like, I have friends who are gun owners, and they are, you know, like, I know they're reasonable people and such like that. It's just, like, we need to really seriously take a look at this. We need to do things that are going to stop this from happening, and just the whole, like, sit on our hands and not do anything. It's just, we can't do that anymore. Yeah,
251 mass shootings thus far. That's more days than we've had this year. And, you know, something needs to be done. At least Freak 5 pooped today. I mean, that's something fun.
Why? We were having such fun, and then he ruins it with that.
Exactly. All right, that's going to do it. Let's do our plugs. Breakman, plug away.
Well, you know what? I mentioned it when I tweeted, but
Oh,
I feel
cowbell.
like I deprived everybody of cowbell.
Yeah, no, you've been holding out on that cowbell, man. I think you had it. I think you lost it, and I'm glad you found it again, Breakman.
Well, it was stuck. I had to pull it out.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so you can follow me at RPGrinders and
We need
at
to play the Zelda item find theme.
break_man on Twitter. At where either one, you can send me your Dear Breakman questions because so
Yeah, send
bad.
send Break
I feel lonely.
send Break some questions at RP
I'm
Grinders.
trying to help.
Poor Break, man. He hasn't had anything on Twitter in 2 weeks, man. I mean, we can give him questions at RP Grinders,
Yeah,
people.
in 2 weeks, the only thing I've dealt with on Twitter is very angry people defending Trump. Like this one guy this week, like he I didn't even send anything to him. Like usually I start with them because they'd send some. Well, I start with them after they've attacked somebody else. But this guy, like I was talking about Tucker Carlson, and he was coming and saying my hate, like how hateful I am and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
we're talking about Tucker Carlson here. You think I'm the one with the hate?
Right. It's funny. You should have seen the hate I got for a tweet that I put out saying that the Confederates were traitors. Oh man, you should have seen the hate break, man. I'm sure you can imagine.
I know. The whole Confederate flag thing, that's always bothered me.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say always, because when I was a little kid, I had no idea, and like, I really loved the Dukes of Hazzard.
I know. Freak
But
Five
it's like I
says,
see the General Lee now, and I'm like,
I know.
yeah.
It's really like, ugh, yeah.
The thing that bugged me about it as a kid is that it didn't have doors. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Why doesn't it have doors? Like,
Yeah.
what
Freak
why
Five
do they have
says,
to get in it like that?
Yeah.
Not the whole Confederate flag on the top.
yeah.
So,
Freak Five says at work, so I got paid to poop. Yeah, that's the way you do it, Freak Five. All right, Eric, your plugs, please.
I'll plug my Patreon. I could use some money thrown my way for the reviews I write on sites like Boss Bash Brigade, where there's a review of Power Roomy on there. And because I had to twist my fucking wrist the other day, so
Ouch.
I went like 2 days not being able to write because I was recovering.
Ah, that sucks, man. Ugh.
Or I was just too tired because work takes too much out of me, and then I had to go to bed early yesterday, so I couldn't write anything then.
Nah.
Because
All right.
I woke up at 5 in the morning, or 3:30 in the morning, because I needed to get ready for work at 5.
Jeez.
But because we left early at 2 after having like this lunch thing and a safety meeting, we basically have a safety meeting at lunch.
Yeah. All right.
And it kind of was a substitute for the family, I guess, family picnic that they do every year.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
But I also like to promote once again that Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on the Switch is $30 at Best Buy and GameStop for the foreseeable future. It might not be permanent, but it's sticking. And I think Judgment's also kind of discounted for now. I think it's still $40 in most places.
Yeah, and it's cheaper on PlayStation right now digitally. So it's like 30. I think it's like $35. So there you go.
Oh.
Anything else, Eric?
There was Millennium Actress is going at the theaters for a limited screening starting on the 13th subbed, and then I think the 14th is dubbed.
Sweet.
But so I'm gonna see that for the first time.
Awesome, man. Good movie.
So I might skip not watching Dora after I see Scary Stories and Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
To see that instead.
There you go. All right. Dungeon says, are ramps everywhere in Hazard County? And why does Boss Hog always wear white? Exactly. All right. And that's about it. You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can get me on any of the systems, RP Grinders, whether it's Nintendo or Xbox. And mostly the PlayStation is what I play. Occasionally I'll play the other systems. But that's where you can get a hold of me. If you're going to go see a concert this year, make sure and go see Knotfest. I know they're coming to Iowa, Freak 5, so you might want to check it out. He says Daisy was the best Duke. I totally agree with that.
And Frank, the weapon I'd suggest you getting for and sticking with on your first run of Bloodborne would be the Ludwig sword.
Freak says they should remake it, and the main character should be Daisy's
It
daughter.
is-
No,
it is-
no, they did a movie. Like, no more remake. Can we stop with the remakes? Like,
Yeah.
It is.
we
it
get
is-
some good remakes, but for some,
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop with movie remakes. Anime remakes have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
What were you saying,
like Voltron,
Eric?
for instance, has been pretty awesome.
Yeah, Voltron's good. What were you saying, Eric?
I don't even call it a remake. It's more like a remake of an adaptation. But okay. Anyways, I was gonna say that the weapon, this is Logwood sword, and like, its trick mode is to basically be a great heavy sword, and if you put the right things on the right runes on it, you can make it a really powerful weapon.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, Eric.
And the stats to build for that weapon would be both strength and dexterity,
Okay.
or skill in this game.
Okay. I don't know what weapon I have. It like folds up. I don't know what that is.
That's the hacksaw.
Okay. Dungeon says new Magnum PI theme is nowhere as awesome as the 80s Magnum theme. I totally agree with that.
Well,
so.
what's really important though is if he has a good mustache, because every image I've seen to show, like he's
no
got,
mustache.
Like,
Yeah.
he's got like stubble, but no like good
no
mustache. So it's
yeah.
it's like, come on, man! Like, he had the mustache, he had that awesome theme,
Yeah.
and he had the fucking Ferrari, like.
And Higgins,
like,
man, how could you forget?
Well,
Higgins?
but I'm just saying, like, he was just fucking badass,
Yeah,
like just with the stash and the Ferrari alone.
Yeah. All right. So I said you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches, on all the systems, RPGrinders, and make sure you go see Slipknot at Knotfest. Gojira's awesome. Volbeat's good. They just seemed a little out of place, and Behemoth was super surprising. Really fucking good concert. I highly recommend it. That's all I got.
Freak said, fine, they can make a porn parody where the main character is just Daisy's daughters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Like, as long as it's not like that Avengers porn parody, like that was just really weird.
Yeah. All right.
Not that I like. I saw like stills of it. I didn't watch it before Mrs. Breakman gets really mad at me. It's not like it was just like people in green makeup and stuff doing it, and like it's like, no, that's not. That's not hot. Like I don't want to see this. This is kind of funny. This is like a comedy now.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're doing this.
All right. On that note, I think that's all we got for y'all this week. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we're out. Where is that cowbell when we need it? More cowbell.
Oh well, that's just scared the cat away. So I think I'm. I went too far. I overloaded on the cowbell. Slow cowbell.
Deterrent cowbell. Catbane. The cowbell's Catbane, man. But there you go. Hey, everybody in chat, thank you guys all so much. I didn't mention everybody, but I know Freak 5 was in there. Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, Host Me Raffle, Lurks, Questbuster, S1 Faka, Windsock was in there. Thanks for joining, Windsock. And I know Slagar was in there earlier. So thank you all. Really appreciate it. You guys rock. Freak 5, I'm not sure I'm going to be on my PlayStation later, but if I am, I might get on to play a little Friday the 13th with you. It's been a while since I played that game, so I'll suck just as usual, but whatever. It's always fun playing that with you. But anyways, thanks everybody in chat. Really appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. It's Food Quest time. Out.